If you are interested in participating in our weekly chat about having a carnivorous lifestyle, Chris Johnson and Marty DeGarmo invite anyone and everyone to join them. What kind of impact it has had on our lives? The live feed will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Monday evenings. Pay a visit to our channels on YouTube in order to view the content. Thank you.
Huh?
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all doing very, very well. Today, we're going to pivot for a moment, a little bit, from Onpassive, but not much. You see, there is this fabulously amazing live stream that was done by Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson last night, and it was about the carnivore diet. And I think it's very important that we go through this. There's a lot of issues I have with this stream, which I'll get into as we go through it. And I wanted to take a moment to discuss the carnivore diet and why these two should not be promoting it and why it's an unhealthy diet. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great time. So it's called The Lion's Den. Let's Talk Carnivore. And it's pretty funny. The graphics are great. Off to a great start.
Welcome to the Lion's Den. Chris and myself are going to talk about our journey in the carnivore lifestyle. We believe we are apex creatures and were never meant to graze.
What is this?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first Carnivore Live. The reason that I wanted to, or we wanted to start doing this is because it changed our lives. It changed my life completely.
Hey, sweet.
As I was going through the journey of the business we're in, I thought, what good is it going to be if we're in this business, the best I've ever been in, and my wife is the only one that's going to celebrate it because I'll be dead. So a couple of years ago, first thing I looked at, I want to make sure everybody's on the right channel just in case it went live on the wrong one. So let me double check.
Tech geniuses, everyone.
Bear with me for a minute. The StreamYard actually posted twice.
So, what is this background that's playing? We got a little lion sitting up here in the top left. And then it pans to these two. This dude who hasn't gotten out of his chair in Lord knows how long and taken a walk. And Chris, who looks like he's about to go into cardiac arrest any second now.
So, live. Yeah, I think we're good.
Are you?
Posted twice, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Now remember, for everybody, this is nothing to do with business or anything like that. I was some of you don't know because other people will be watching this. When I about 20 years ago, I got sick, and it was from gaining weight. I gained weight because the business went from running around like a maniac to not moving around as much, but I still ate like I was running around a lot. And for me, I'm going to confess a few things. I am very compulsive. I do whatever I do it too much. When I drank, I drank too much. When I smoked too much. When I ate too much. Anyway, I wound up getting sleep apnea and bad. Of course, me being a man and I can fix myself, went too long with sleep apnea, and then actually I got COPD. So
Marty admits here that he was diagnosed with sleep apnea, didn't do anything for it, thought he's a man so he can just fix it, and then it turned into COPD, which is awful. It's awful. And yes, he should lose weight for that.
Oh, the job that I did love was taken away in an instant. It kind of went boom, like one night. I was no longer in that business. And I had to go.
Another wants to know if he has to puree's meat. Do you, Marty? Because, you know, the teeth situation there.
I had to go from a regular job to a life of, I hit my peak at 42, and I said, well, that can't be right. But anyway, from that time until about 2 years ago, I tried everything to lose weight. Everything.
Okay.
And you name it, I did it. Potions, lotions, different stuff. But I'm not saying that a lot of them worked, but they were temporary. Like as soon as you changed anything, everything came right back. And it was something that, for me, it was a lot of work to stay on.
Yeah, and that's really, really annoying. What's really bad, too, is like yo-yo dieting, right? Which is what he seems to be describing here.
On that. You know, you go somewhere, whatever. Well, a couple years ago, I was looking at what I did is I spent most of my life living to eat. And you don't realize how much you're eating all day long, especially in the US. I mean, you walk by a fridge, there's a snack, there's something in a little jar, there's this, you know, like I'm some kind of, you know, picking up whatever, and you don't even pay attention to it. But it all adds up to junk and a cookie here and something here. And like I said, I was compulsive. If there was a sleeve of Oreos, I was a cookie monster. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, how dare you?
I just want to remind you that a very large portion of Marty and Chris's audience in Onpassive are just getting by. They're lucky if they are able to feed their families for the day. And most of them are depending on Onpassive's wonderful wealth that's supposed to be coming in order to survive in the future. So there's something extra gross watching Marty kind of come on here and to this audience talk about his gluttony, talk about how he can't stop eating, to people who, a lot of them honestly are living meal to meal, you know, and are lucky if they're feeding families. So it's just, read the room.
I'm not going to live in this house, right? I was a serial killer too. There was a box of cereal. I'm killing it. I'm telling you right now, I'm killing it. So, and I remember in the 70s, they came up with this chart, pyramid chart, where you know you got to eat your grains, your fruit, your whatever, brown rice, not white, and
the food chart here. It's called the Canadian food chart. I'm sure it's called like the U.S. food chart somewhere else. Like, oh Lord, yeah, he's a serial killer. Nay. Lord.
Rye bread or wheat bread, and all the way down. And the eggs, knock off the eggs. Don't eat any butter. Get away from anything fat. We're going to go to non-fat.
Right. They're all like, we're apex predators. That's probably my favorite part about this. Is that for the first time ever, they admitted to being the predators that they are. It's just not in the same way. The food pyramid, that's fitting, right?
And we all did it. I remember friends and family, oh, Marty, don't eat that, that's bad for you, you know. But I also remember going to Illinois, Eric Kessler country, and
I think it's hilarious that Marty is talking about the food pyramid, like it's no longer a thing. Like my daughters learned it. So it's like they still teach you how to eat healthy. Only eat meat. Yep, that's what they're doing. Ocope says, today Red said that consistency is what separates the boys from the girls. I mean, I don't want to get into gender. I mean, it separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Good job, Red. Good job fixing that. You know? It's the meat pyramid now. That sounds horrible.
My grandmother was there, and in the morning she's frying eggs in butter. And of course, I'm going to tell her, 21 years old, Grandma, be careful. That's not good for you. At the time, she was 89. I don't think I have any right to tell somebody 89 what to eat. They must have did something right. Yeah. She goes, I don't believe in that. I eat butter. I eat those. Okay. She lived to 102. Now, I don't think whether I'm carnivore or not carnivore, this is my belief. I have no control over the day I'm not going to be here. That's a given. But I do believe, for me, that...
Which isn't true. I mean, you could choose to live a healthier lifestyle, and that can prolong your life, but go on.
The quality of life that we can have while we're here is up to us. Everything is here that we need, right? I believe so. Everything is here that we need. What happened, though, I don't think I couldn't get a fix in a pill. I couldn't get a fix in a potion or any of this weird stuff. So as time went on, about 2 years ago, I had to find something. I would get up 2 or 3 times in the night, sit up real quick, can't breathe right, kind of sweaty, just feeling horrible. And then when I moved around my ankles, my knees, I was turning 90 at 60. And it didn't help. I'm heavy, no doubt. I've always been big, but I was aging at a rapid speed. And I thought, life's got to be better than that. So I started looking around. No, I didn't Google it because Google doesn't give you the truth. It gives you whatever is popular. But I did some research and I heard this thing called keto, the keto diet. And I thought, what the frick is that? And I started reading it. And you know what reminded me of? Any of you that are my age, even a little younger, you remember Atkins' diet? You could eat eggs, you could eat bacon. He was more protein. He mentioned fat, but not like they do now. So I went, you know what? And I remember when I did Atkins, I felt good. I did lose weight. I just gave up on it because there wasn't a lot of research then, and I was young. I was 20-some years old. I could haul around an extra 30, 40 pounds, no problem. I was playing volleyball, 280, but I was used to it, right? You're used to it. You're younger. Anyway, a couple of years ago, I found out about keto, and I went online. I went to my search engine, which is YouTube, and I started punching in best diet or ultimate diet, new diet, whatever I could put in there. And what I saw was keto. And I'm looking down, I'm seeing different names. And then by a couple of them was a doctor. I'm thinking, if a doctor is using food to make you healthy, I want to hear what he has to say. Because doctors are researchers. It couldn't have been just an opinion. Because a lot of times keto or carnivore goes against the medical industry. My doctor never told me, well, he's giving me 4 medicine bottles for high blood pressure and getting water off my body. He never once told me about keto. Of course not. He's not getting any kickback if I buy a hamburger. Okay. He ain't in that industry.
Whoa.
But anyway, I watched him.
Whoa. Oh no, Marty. Is Marty going down the path of doctors are bad, they get kickbacks. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh my. Chris aging at 22 times the human rate. Never felt better. Actual carnivores are animals and can't cook. Not carnivore unless it's all raw, fresh kills brought down by hand, parasites included. It's actually true. One of the things about being a carnivore is the fact that you are hunting your own food. And it also tends to be alive. So, I mean, yeah. What an idiot. It's supposed to be men and boys' tons. I know, right? Always gets it wrong. Their brains have been eroding away for the last 20 years with all this nonsense. They're divorced from reality. Maybe the lack of nutrients from eating only meat is now getting to them. Because don't worry, at the end of this, we're going to talk all about the carnivore diet and why I'm very upset that these two are promoting it.
And this is keto first, and I said, I'm going to try that. And what it consists of, you can eat whatever, stay under like 50 grams of carbs. And we'll get into carbs. But I want Chris to come up to where I am now, but 50 grams of carbs. We're going to talk about carbs and all that. And then when Chris comes back, I'll have a little more to say. But I want him to get up to what journey got him to that point. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, good evening, buddy. First of all, let me say that we are not doctors. We are talking from personal experience, and we also have many friends that we will have on in the show in the future. One of them really is John White, who was our first big dude that is not a big dude anymore. A little bit about me. I retired, I don't know, 5 or 8 years ago. I don't even remember. I went from going 100 miles an hour to a complete stop. In other words, my job, I walked anywhere from 20 to 30 miles a night. I was always active.
Here's the thing. It's very important when you retire from your job, especially if you're doing like a lot of physical work, that you continue to exercise. There's some construction going on, by the way. I don't know if it's picking up or if you guys can hear it, but it can be loud here in the background right now. I apologize. I have to do the stream now. Otherwise, I can't do it today. So, like, when you retire, right, you do end up more sedentary. And they say, get up, do exercise. Don't just sit around all the time. That's all true. Not everything that they say here is necessarily wrong. It's just their answer for fixing all of these things being the carnivore diet that is very, very, very wrong. It's not surprising that after these two stopped work and they became more sedentary, they maybe gained some weight. Like that happens. Also, when you're older, your metabolism slows down. So there's also that. But it's just the carnivore diet is actually not the answer. And we'll get into it.
I was running going on. I was pretty thin. And then when I retired, everything kind of went to a stop. Went from walking all night long until sitting all day long. Wasn't really active. I had some things going on with my mom I had to take care of, so I couldn't really get out and do a lot of things. Well, in this process, I'm eating. I'm eating because I didn't eat a lot before when I was at work. And I'm eating everything. I'm taking, before I go to work, I'm having 2 large coffees, 5 cream, 5 sugar. I'm getting the French fries, all kind of crap stuff. And what had happened over those years is I put myself right into a diabetic state. I didn't even know I have. My eyes, of course, my eyes are getting better, but there's always swollen, so don't think that. My vision was blurry. I couldn't feel my feet anymore. A lot of cramping in my legs, and I couldn't figure out what is wrong with me. I finally went to the doctors. They said, you're a full-blown type 2 diabetic, which was a shock to me. Went to the hospital, spent a couple days in the hospital. They were hydrating me, and realized that I got to do something different because I've always been active. I've always exercised. I've always worked out. And all of a sudden, boom. So I heard Marty and John White talking about the carnivore all the time. kind of funny. And I talk to Marty on a daily basis. And I said, you know what, Marty, I'm gonna call John White and talk to him about it. Now
we know, Chris, because you and Marty talk to us together on a daily basis. But thanks for telling us that.
Meet John in the next few weeks here, because I think we'll probably have him on more than once. He's 73 or 74 years old. And John, I apologize if that's wrong. I know you're up there, old man. He lost over 200 pounds on the carnivore diet. And I said, I got to call this guy. I'm not listening to my best buddy in the whole world telling me, Chris, it works. So I called John, got Marty on the phone, and then Marty kind of yelled at me, I've been telling you this. And what happened is I started it, and I went on this road trip, and I fell when I was on my road trip, and I broke a couple ribs, punctured a lung. And when I got out of the hospital, I kind of got off my carnivore diet, which was a big mistake. My ankle swelled up. My diabetes came back full tilt. And I said to myself,
are you suggesting that your diabetes went away when you were on the carnivore diet? Because that's very worrisome. Let's not do that.
Just a little while ago, Chris, you're going to die if you don't do something different. Real quick, I took myself completely off sugar. I'm finding out, even though, listen, I love donuts, cake. I love sugar, period, because I was bred to love it. It's the worst thing possible for you. And we'll talk about this a lot more. There's all kind of examples we'll bring onto the show, but
there you go. There you go, Chris. John White.
There's
76.
76. Sorry, John.
76 and lost 200 pounds. Yeah. He's the poster child. We'll have him on many times. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I just saw him.
Gee, John, I would have thought you'd have said 70 or something, but 76. There you go. But I found out that sugar has never been my friend. And I was starting reading some stuff on sugar, and I seen these videos. If they pop up like on Facebook and stuff, if you stop eating sugar the first 7 days, the swelling in your face will go down. Now, I got a naturally big head. I think we both do. I can show you before and after pictures of Marty DeGarmo. You will be in shock.
Yeah, actually, it can get dangerous to withdraw from sugar. Like, you actually go through a sugar withdrawal. It's like going through detox from drugs. It actually causes all of the same things, from depression, anxiety, mood swings, difficulty concentrating. You can have brain fog. Like, it's actually really, really bad. And the thing about this is that you're not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Nobody right now talking about this specific carnivore diet that you guys are promoting is a doctor. In fact, no doctor has ever actually promoted the carnivore diet. And again, we're going to get into where the carnivore diet came from, how it became a damn thing, why it's being promoted, and the issues with it. But I have an issue with you suggesting that the carnivore diet has like helped your diabetes and etc. It's just not good. And you suggesting that people just quit sugar cold turkey can also be very bad for lots and lots of people. All of this can be very dangerous, and none of us are a doctor. Therefore, we should not be giving actual medical advice or advice on diets and what diets people should be taking. We get into a very weird area as soon as we enter like health and wellness influencing, because it's like a lot of illegal medical claims. You got issues with ethics. Nobody's a doctor, but everyone's given damn health advice, and it's just not a good idea. I don't like any of this at all, and I hate that this is going to allegedly now be a show that they do along with their lovely Shin the Light.
Stop going there.
So, yeah. every week now, they're also going to be talking to us about the carnivore diet. Lovely.
You'll see the difference. You just seen this for the first time, maybe. And this is for the world, whoever wants to listen. Me, I started back up 5 or 6 weeks ago. I haven't had any sugar. Do I have a before and that picture? I'm sure I do. I'm still in the process. Last week, I took myself off my insulin because I wasn't eating any sugar. And we're going to also have a registered nurse on here. She's retired. That'll tell you how bad insulin actually is for you. So now I'm not a doctor, and always listen to your doctor, even though I won't.
Uh-huh.
And there's a reason for that. But I was sticking myself in
whoa, hold on. You just told us that you have diabetes, and now you're saying you won't listen to your doctor. God, no wonder why you're fucking as red as a tomato and swollen as anything. Are you on your insulin? If I find out during this, Chris, that you are no longer on your insulin, I might have an aneurysm, because you definitely should not be telling people not to listen to the advice of their doctor. And if you're somebody that doesn't listen to the advice of your doctor, you got one hell of a fucking nerve now trying to sit here before all of us and give us some kind of diet advice. Fuck off out of here, bud. You don't even listen to your own doctor. Why the hell would anyone with any brain in their head now want to hear what you have to say about healthy diets? Like, not one single person. Not one single person.
I also have a registered nurse on here. She's retired. That'll tell you how bad insulin actually is for you. So now I'm not a doctor, and I always listen to your doctor, even though I won't. And there's a reason for that.
You're really
I was
not.
sticking myself in the gut, the leg, the butt 4 or 5 times a day, 7 days a week, and I couldn't stand it. And I found out from Miriam, we'll have her on here.
What
Chris,
do you mean
it's not doing anything for you? It's making your body stop what it's supposed to do. And what the carnivore does, it allows your body to heal itself, because that's how God designed our bodies, believe it or not.
Oh my, are you fucking kidding? You're actually going to give me the line that God designed your body to heal itself from fucking diabetes? Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. I'm going to have a full-on aneurysm right now, Chris. Chris, this is the worst thing you've ever fucking done on here. Like, you're a complete moron. You're a blubbering buffoon. And I thought you were a blubbering buffoon when you were a goddamn idiot promoting Onpassive. Now you're a blubbering buffoon who kisses the ass of a man that scammed you out of money, does webinars for him every single day, taking the heat for his bullshit, and you are also dumb enough to not listen to your doctor, get diagnosed with diabetes, and stop taking your insulin. And who is this nurse out here that you allegedly know that's telling people not to take their insulin anymore? I would like to know who that is, because that person should literally lose their fucking license. They should be reported to the goddamn board, and they should no longer be allowed to be a nurse. I doubt it's a fucking nurse. Okay, Chris, just because the bitch shows up in a nurse costume after you call 1-800-HORES-ARE-US doesn't mean that she's a nurse and that she can tell you to get off your fucking insulin. Oh my God. You're going to die. You're going to die before Robin Noble dies. No wonder. No wonder. Wow. That's the dumbest thing that you could ever do.
The carnivore.
You're just like, you know what? It's the end of my life. How many stupid decisions can I make to make sure that the end comes sooner? Lord, you're not even going to be able to see. Well, I figured in Violet we have Chads or us, so we knew the horse or us, obviously. But like, you're not even going to live to see Onpassive make these millions of dollars that you were going to use to save humanity. because you're going to die because you're not on your fucking insulin. I know, like, it's like no wonder why he looks like this. And his eyes are like so puffy, they're closing over. He's like, oh, I couldn't see. Like, you've already gone through an experience where you can't see because your diabetes got so fucking bad. So then you decided to go off your insulin, only eat proteins, and then wonder why you're all puffy and having trouble seeing? That makes my head hurt. That makes my head hurt. Chris and Marty felt left out only making illegal income claims, so they wanted to make illegal medical claims. That must be what it is.
With the fasting and the eating meat, everything John White will be the perfect advocate for this. And I'll wait till he gets on here, but he's going to say this. I'm going to remind him. He'll remind me.
What are you guys talking about? The perfect advocate for this? What are you doing? Do you think that you're going to be the next health and wellness influencers out here promoting the carnivore diet? And like John White's going to be your number one spokesman? Like, what is happening right now?
Everything your doctor tells you, and I'm not a doctor, this is my opinion, that you're supposed to be doing, I'm going to tell you what it is wrong. It's completely reversed. Butter, eggs.
Oh my God. Everything your doctor, first of all, you're just generally saying that to everyone. Like, literally, to everyone. You're like, yeah, you with cancer over there, taking chemo. Everything your doctor says about how you need that to survive is a lie. Like, you don't know if people are going to take this generally from you. You have influence over a lot of people in Onpassive right now. Honestly, how fucking dare you sit there and go, I'm not a doctor, but everything your doctor says is wrong? Like, what are you talking about? It is crazy. It's like you've lost your damn mind, Chris.
Bacon, meat are the healthiest things for you. I can prove that with me. I can prove it with Marty, John White, Narelle Warcott, a lot of people.
What? Wait,
and as I see people...
Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because Marty just said that butter can kill us. Okay. At the start of this, Marty's like, yeah, my old mom, 82, lived to be 102. She ate butter, though. You know, and I didn't tell her not to. Maybe I should have. I don't know. And then Chris comes out here and goes, butter? I love me some butter.
In the comments saying they're on the Carnivore, we would like you to be on the show. And anyone that's out there that we don't know that's listening, we invite you to come on and make comments about your experience with Carnivore. We're not telling you need to do this. I needed to do it. Marty definitely needed to do it. Okay?
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you're doing this and there is a way to talk about it and how it's helped you without telling everyone to stop listening to their doctors. Okay, like this is worrisome. Back to the drawing board. Pick a new topic, Charty. This is a flaw. Oh, Lord.
This is about giving you our experience and educating what we've gone through. And I'm like Marty. I tried every single diet in the world. I was always active, but when I stopped to exercise and work out, if I looked at a piece of bread, I'd gain 15, 20 pounds, literally.
Okay.
So this Carnivore, I'm never hungry. And I'm not going to lie, the first couple of days, you have to adjust to it. All right. And one of the key factors is fasting. But after a couple of days, you're not going to think about food anymore. Here's what I have. I'm going to let you know real quick. When I get up in the morning, I have 3 hard-boiled eggs. And then maybe at noon or 1, I have a bunch of bacon. Oh, doctor says don't eat bacon. With lots of butter and lots of Himalayan salt.
Oh, my
and then
God.
At 5 or 6 o'clock, I use...
And then at fucking 5, 6 o'clock, you have a heart attack? And you have to be rushed to the hospital because you already look like you're going to blow up?
They have a piece of meat or beef. And that's it. And then I don't eat nothing all the way to the next morning again. That's my fasting period. But also between the hours of 12 and 5.
Yeah, it's called intermittent fasting.
Right? Like, this is so bad. Like, let's not promote not taking our insulin anymore to people. Oh, yeah, no. To cure your diabetes, you just wake up in the morning, eat a few hard-boiled eggs, and pounded bacon for lunch, guys. You heard it here. That is allegedly the cure to diabetes. Oh my God, I couldn't. I had trouble saying it because my mouth is just like, no. My brain is like, what are you making me say? And my mouth is like, no, we're gonna fuck this up. You're not getting those words out. What education? It's all bragging. Trust me, bro. Oh, you don't even know the half of it. You don't even know the half of it. Fasting, if you're a diabetic, would put you like you're gonna die. We can't be doing this. And cutting out all sugar 100% completely, that shouldn't be good either. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it also depends on what type of diabetes you have. He said he had diabetes too, though, didn't he? So, like, we should not be doing this, especially without the advice of a doctor and going against our doctor, like choosing to actually go against the doctor. Let's not do that. That's just not good. Not good advice at all. Intermittent fasting is usually skipping breakfast, isn't it? Yeah. I thought so too. So they're not even fasting properly. Good job, guys. I take metformin and Trulicity and would never stop them on my own. Please do not ever stop taking any medication that you have been prescribed. I don't care what it is. All right? I'm on Seroquel. All right? I can't even stop taking that. And it won't kill me. It'll just give me really high anxiety and depression after a few days. But I can't even stop taking that for one dose. And I would never, okay? And I do not trust anything that tells me not to listen to my doctor. Especially if they're not also a doctor. You know? Oh yeah, the carnivore diet. Let me just poop out rocks. Last week he claimed he eats a pound of bacon every day. That is nuts. Chris, you're going to have a fucking heart attack. Like, you look like you're 1 pound of bacon away. Like, I'm sorry, but we've been over here going, what is wrong with Chris's health for months? Like, we've been like, he's as red as a tomato. He's all puffy in the face. His eyes are closing over. Like, what is happening? All right? And there's probably a few things, but this is obviously not helping any of that. Everyone I know who has ever done this starts talking very publicly about bowel movements and toilet habits for some reason. Sometimes those diets have you doing that. I don't know why. 100% of carnivores in my universe have done this to me. And it's like, thank you. Like, put it on a BM chart. Keep track. Since Marty and Chris and a bunch of Onpassive founders watch your channel, you should bring a certified dietitian and or nutrition expert and have them talk about the carnivore diet. I'm going to be talking about the carnivore diet, but I would be welcome to somebody coming on that is not a part of the anti-MLM court, and so maybe not Kat Bennings, but any other dietitian. If they would like to come on here, then I would welcome them. Chris said he doesn't have tear ducts. Chris is not going to have a lot of things if he keeps on eating a pound of bacon every day. Like, here's the thing. Anything is an issue in excess, right? Like, if you're only eating bacon for lunch every day for months, that's going to be bad for you. Now, having a couple pieces of bacon every day might not be the best things in the world, but it won't exactly put you into cardiac arrest. And it might not fuck up your diabetes so much. You know? Just a pound of bacon. I bet she eats a whole package. I bet she just takes the whole package, eats it. Constipation and bad breath, probably. Yeah, the carnivore diet is completely no vegetables. You know, you're in it to win the heart attack. I'm surprised that Ash hasn't cured Chris's diabetes. He's cured infertility after all. He's cured so much, that Ash.
Intermittent fasting.
It's like 16 to 18 hours between your last meal and your first meal the next day. Yeah. And sleeping counts.
Yes. So, if you think it's hard, it's not, because most of you sleep anywhere from 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
And remember, like Chris said, you know why it's not hard? Once you become fat adapted, in other words, your body is burning fat for fuel, not sugar, your cravings disappear.
Yeah.
The reason it's hard for people to do it is because they're craving like almost like a drug to eat something. When you go, the longer you go, your cravings disappear. No doubt. Right, Chris? I mean, that's
Absolutely.
what happens.
Oh,
and as we go, like I said, this is our first one we're doing, so we might talk a little bit more. Marty's really the expert on it. I am still learning, but I know exactly what
neither of you are experts.
And I think
neither of you are experts. I'm not an expert. None of us are doctors. None of us should be telling people how to eat. Okay? That we should not be doing that. The only thing I have to say about it is we'll talk about why. why we shouldn't be doing that, really. And some of the issues with this diet. And to tell you that you should never change any diet or stop taking any medication or start taking anything like that without speaking to a damn doctor. Please speak to a doctor. People in MLM thinking they sleep for as much as 8 hours, right? For 99% of the people in Onpassive, meat is a huge luxury. This is so out of touch. It really is. It really is, though. It gives me such icky feelings.
In the future, as we go, we're going to also explain to you by human example who actually beat diseases, diabetes. You see, Brenda was on here. I think it was Brenda. She did the carnivore. It's swelling in her legs. It's gone.
Oh, my God.
Your body is an amazing, amazing machine, and it can do everything. But the problem is we were told since we were little kids to eat the wrong stuff. Healthy food. This is a healthy food. Now, anything with sugar in it, it's not healthy. Now, that's my opinion. But I'm going to tell you what. 5 weeks ago, I couldn't bend over.
Wow. Ella says, Marty is talking about a keto diet, which burns up fat instead of carbohydrates, but he's apparently advocating a carnivore diet. What is he talking about? He has no clue. He has no clue. Human guinea pigs, bring it on. They are all going to end up on dialysis. It's going to be awful. You know? By human example, thank goodness for that. Yeah, like, let's not test this on animals. You can't beat diabetes, Chris. That shit is forever. No, you can manage your diabetes, and I don't think you can do that by not taking your insulin and eating a pound of bacon every day. Like, and I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me either and be like, I'll take that as medical advice. No, but I swear to you, if you go and you ask your doctor if you have diabetes, if you should stop taking your insulin and start eating a bunch of bacon, he'll probably say no. No, please do not do that. And I have good faith to believe that we can at least all agree that your doctor will probably advise against that. All right? Yeah, we don't want an animal. Could you imagine being like, we need animals to test out the carnivore diet? Like, at this point, the only animals that you could get would be at the top of the food chain. Otherwise, it's just cruel, even more cruel. Then we have layers of cruelty, right? You can manage type 2 diabetes by losing weight. However, this doesn't work for type 1 diabetes. And I do not suggest doing anything to your diet if you have diabetes without talking to a doctor, nurse, nutritionalist, dietitian, somebody that actually has their education and training in these fields to sit down with you, be able to take everything into account with your health and give you the proper advice. Okay? I am not qualified to do this. These two assholes are really not qualified to do this. So they have no right to sit here and say, hey, to fix your diabetes, stop taking your insulin and get on the carnivore diet. It will do it for you. That's like horrifying. Any benefits they're seeing are probably from reducing refined sugar and increasing protein, basic, and probably not long term. Right? This is often the case with extreme diets. Wes says the folks just stop the junk, excuse me, for the first time and then eat regular food. So if you're not taking in all the like junk carbs, right, and a whole bunch of sugar, you'll probably have some results. You know, it's just how much nutrients are you getting and vitamins and etc. are you getting if all you're eating is meat? You know?
To touch my feet, to touch the floor for anything. Right? Now I can do it no problem. And I do lift light weights and I do ride a bike every day, but nothing like I used to work out. You don't need to really work out on this diet. The doctors will tell you, even though it's healthy to work out every day or walk, they're going to say you can lose weight on this diet. It's not a diet. It's just a different, healthier way to eat. And you'll find that out the more we talk about. I'm looking for anyone that wants to share their story because it's important. And again, we're not trying to convince you about starting this diet. We're telling you that some people actually need it and it works and you won't be as hungry. Marty, back to you.
Who needs it?
Yeah, I mean,
You come out here, you're like, we're going to tell you that some people need this diet. Like, who is this for? Are you trying to reach those in Hyderabad? Papua New Guinea? I mean, can we fucking think about this? Think it actually through? Because this is an awful idea.
This is the way I feel. The business that we're in, I feel with all my heart will change lives, without a doubt. And I worked in the MLM world for 20 years. It was a racket. Most people can't do it. 90% fail. In carnivore, my opinion, I am so far from being a doctor, I wouldn't be allowed in the same room. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even putting doctors down. I'm telling you from my experience and from seeing other people, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to have a lot of places you can check for reference. I'm going to start filling up an area in our YouTube that gives you information of what you can do, what you can't do.
This is the worst health advice I've heard since I was covering Modern Alternative Mama. And she fucking tells people that they shouldn't get vaccinated. Like, Lord, I'm so upset right now.
I was fortunate. I went one step further, and this isn't necessary. Carnivore diet is meat and fat. Okay, what I mean by that is you can eat chicken, duck, anything that's alive and walks. And
it makes sense that in order to lose weight, you should just eat meat and fat. Yeah, no, sounds legit.
You can eat all the eggs you want. You can eat all the butter you want. It's not counting calories. You don't have to count calories. I went to one step further because I was desperate to get healthier quick, and I'm in the lion diet. I only 99.9% of the time, unless I run out, eat nothing but beef. Now that's just you got to mute yourself when you're tapping. It's coming out.
Sorry, I'm typing to people that have stories.
No, it's okay.
Wait, Marty. Right now, let's tell people how they can get a hold of us if they want to come on the show and explain their story. You want to send them to onpassivenation@gmail.com?
No, nothing yet. I'm going to open up a Gmail account that's just for carnivore. I don't
Okay.
want to mix it with the company because
Got
some people aren't interested in the company, and that's
Got
okay.
it.
I want to do this.
Some people are not interested in the company. So that tells me that you have a separate audience that you are now trying to appeal to that is not in on passive, but they are all about that carnivore diet. Okay. Interesting to know.
Totally separate. But like I said, I got a passion for it because of what it did for me. Now, I don't need any trouble from some, because remember, healthcare and all that's a big muscle man. I'm not here to fight anybody. I'm not here to say something bad. Here's Key Wendell.
Honestly, can the U.S. just get some goddamn free healthcare? I feel like if y'all did that, these crazy diets wouldn't get invented. The anti-vax community could finally shut the fuck up. Fuck off. Is that just giving you guys some free healthcare could save so many people. So many people. And so much stress for me. Please get free healthcare so that I don't have to listen to assholes like this promoting things like this. Because a lot of the issue is that, yeah, healthcare is expensive in the US. Healthcare is expensive. So more than any other area of the world, people in the US are constantly looking for alternative medicine sources because they don't want to pay for the fucking healthcare. Just give them healthcare, damn it! It would solve this issue. Like half of these diet fads wouldn't exist. And like I said, the anti-vax community would have been gone before COVID. Could have saved so much trouble. Lord. Hi, Angel. Good to see you. Oh, some people aren't interested in the company. Marty thinks the ash is going down. Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. You can get terminated for mixing MLM stuff with other stuff and using MLM platforms to funnel into that. Yes. And see, the thing is that on Passive, although it claims to be a business to help people run their businesses with AI and ML tech, blah, 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 they, for some reason, also seem to have a really big issue if someone in on Passive is then in another business. So in the past, other on Passivians have joined other MLMs and they've been like yelled at and told that they have to quit and kind of shamed out of those MLMs. So I'm also thinking that if they are involved in something to do with the carnivore diet and health and wellness over here, that they're worried that then the people in on Passive will find out and kind of treat them the same way that they treated poor Ron. If you guys remember, Ron was promoting something and they yelled at him on a webinar, made him delete all the stuff about it. I covered it. So it's like, maybe it's also a little bit of that, you know? We have really good healthcare here, but we still have a bunch of anti-vaxxers. I know. But honestly, if there was always decent free healthcare over there, it literally would have lessened it. Would they still exist? Probably. But there would be less of them. I do believe that. See, like giving people health care, it causes no issues, solves all of them. Imagine Marty prowling, growling, drooling, cat-like. He pounces at the microwave and devours a piece of last night's lamb chop. Yes, that's exactly how I picture this. The gabagool diet? Lord, that sounds awful. It's so free all over the world that providers are going on strike in diverse places because the taxes that make it free aren't low enough. Well, you know what? It's better than being told that you have to go out on the street and die because you can't afford the treatment, honestly. So there's that. Yes, do check out my video. My vertier. That's how it almost came out. Please do go check out my video that I posted earlier today on Passive and OneCoin are now connected. And I'm sure that poor Alonda is having a fucking fit because it's almost like her career on here just went full circle. It just looped around and hit her back with 1 coin. I was like, oh God, she's going to hate this. I was like, I hope she finds it funny at least. As I'm late, I don't know. Do they eat anything other than meat? Don't lions eat bone and intestines and stuff? Yeah. And they also eat, like most of them also eat some grass and other stuff like that, right? Like, so even they're not 100% carnivore. I feel like we're doing it wrong. Marty and his dog fighting over bone. Oh, Marty claims that he eats 99.9% beef. Oh, God. That's definitely not good for you.
He was doing, well, he was doing, what does he like? Sardines, which is a meat. So, but anyway, if you do it, like I said, you got to put give yourself 90 days. You got to get past to where it takes about 4 days to get into ketosis. And ketosis is when your body switches over
That's
from
the
burning
keto diet.
sugar, which we weren't supposed to do anyway, to burning fat. I'll tell you how strange it is. When I'm doing the lion diet, there'll be days we do our live in the morning, we're doing stuff, and I'm sitting there thinking about 2:00 in the afternoon. I go, did I eat today? I don't remember if I ate. I asked Dawn, did I eat? She goes, no, not yet. I said, okay. I never had that before because I was eating every few minutes. A lot of us eat every few minutes. And I want to tell you something. Here's another reason I did it. I know there's a lady out there and a guy out there going through what I went through. You can barely move. You're embarrassed to tell anybody you can barely move. Your legs hurt. You sleep horrible. You're just never comfortable. And I'm telling you, you get the inflammation in your body is killing you. I don't need to be a doctor to tell you that. I had inflammation everywhere. My hands, I couldn't make a fist.
People stop using inflammation
before I got in
to
Carnivore
sell shit.
because the joints had these little knobby things on them. I was getting arthritis. I did the Carnivore diet, and those bony things in my knuckles disappeared. There's no doubt about it. It's not my opinion. It's fact. I can look at my hand right now like this. On the back of my hand, I can see veins in my hand. I haven't seen veins in my hand since I was 17.
Oh my God.
It gets rid of the fat inside around.
Your veins become more noticeable as the older you get. But never
your
mind.
heart, around your lungs, around.
Oh.
Now, you pee like a racehorse because you're burning fat. You will go to pee, no doubt. Your body wants, you know what it means? Meat,
there you
really
go.
good fat. You know the stuff
Talking about the bathroom.
you not to eat real fat, not seed oil. And I've got some videos and some information from doctors. My wife is a vegetarian, okay?
Okay.
And you want to slate to her for me to talk about this? She doesn't like vegetables. In most cases, are horrible for you.
Oh my God!
I hate to say it, and I know, but no. Oh, look at me! Listen. Go find somebody that's 100%.
It's not that they're horrible for you. It's that most people don't know how to eat vegetables. For example, it's much better to steam your vegetables than it is to eat them in any other way. And that's because that keeps the most nutrients and stuff in them. Like, it doesn't cook them out. You know, like frying fucking corn on the cob versus steaming corn on the cob. You know, like that kind of thing. But it doesn't mean that they're fucking bad for you. How do you even say that? Yeah, she's a vegetarian and he's on all this meat, eating nothing but meat in front of her. Now, most people that are vegetarian do it because they believe that the killing of the animal is inhumane and that it's inhumane to kill the animal solely to eat it. So could you imagine being a vegetarian and literally having to watch him devouring just constant fucking beef? and how disrespectful and horrifying that would actually kind of be for you. Like, he has no respect for his wife at all. I mean, we already knew that based on how often he ignores her for this fucking company. But now it's just like, wow. And then that on top of it. And then that on top of it, right? And see, that's another good point, is that vegetarians, they're not just eating vegetables. They're not on an all vegetable diet. They often do have substitutes for these things, because you do still need like protein and etc. And you know, the best protein comes from meat, really. But if you don't eat meat, you have to get them from other things. So it's like, you're not just eating vegetables. You have a hard time believing? I don't know. You think that Marty's just saying that to make himself look like the world's worst fucking husband? Because that's all it did. I don't know what else he was trying to go for there. This is literally the Jack Sprat nursery rhyme, right? Gosh. I guess we can stop planting gardens now. We were so silly doing that. That's silly humans. Well, Brussels sprouts and broccoli want to kill you if you eat them. A cow a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, it's a cow a day, right? Not an apple a day. I'm convinced he eats meat smoothies. Heather's convinced too. She's with you on that. Imagine everyone in Hyderabad watching this right now with their jaws on the floor, like they eat cows all day. What? Yeah, I did mention it at the beginning. Like it's disheartening to think about. You know, fucking people in Hyderabad that haven't been paid since January. They can't even afford their groceries right now. And they're like, this guy eats steak all day. The fuck? I try to make sure that the meat I eat comes from regulated slaughterhouses. The laws on animal cruelty are very strict here. If I could, I would be a vegetarian, but I need some meat. I need meat! There's a ton of protein in beans and whole grains. Technically not vegetables, but most people consider them vegetables. Yeah. Yeah, like you can get them from other things. And then they ensure to get those nutrients usually from these other things. I don't know if you can do that much when you're only eating meat. Like you don't have a choice in other options. You're just eating meat, damn it. So like, you know, you're going to miss out on stuff. Cows and their methane farts are killing the planet. In many of the countries, cows are a symbol of wealth, if not also sacred. Yes. So this is just going to make people believe Onpassive will make you rich. Yep, or they'll be horrified that they even eat cows. I tend to make more vegan-friendly choices, mostly out of an egg allergy, and I just prefer plant-based. I indulge in a bit of meat sometimes, though. I am all about the meat. I love me some meat.
Vegan? He looks like he's from a POW camp.
Like we eat meat every single dinner. We have to have a meat. All right, we have to have a meat, a veggie, something else. Usually some bread in some form. Like we're having pita bread or garlic bread or
the color's not right. They got pimples. It's not natural. This is my opinion, but I've seen it. I've seen guys that were that. They got into carnivore. They've gained a few pounds in muscle. I'm going to tell you something. Not only am I losing weight, I'm stronger than I was at 50 years old. My clarity of thinking. I'm doing videos, answering questions,
wow,
all kinds of stuff all at the same time.
He's hitting all the health and wellness MLM talking points, eh? Mental clarity.
Thinking, rapid, being able to think and say it and think and say it. It's amazing to me. I did nothing but start the carnivore diet. That absolutely flipped my world upside down for the good. Do I have a long ways to go? Yes. I was wearing an 8X Okay. I'll tell you where I was at. Now I'm 4. And these are getting loose.
I'm sorry. I feel like they've gotten bigger and less healthy since I've been watching them. And I feel like everyone on my channel has been a lot more concerned with Chris's health over the past like few months than they were 3 years ago. So in my personal opinion, this diet is not working for them. It's having the opposite effects and making them very unhealthy to the point where my audience is now noticing and worried. So I don't know where they're getting this idea that it's working from. Like, I don't feel like Marty's much smaller. I'm sorry if that's rude. I see him every day, but I feel like he's gotten bigger. And so I don't know if they are actually losing weight. You know? Yeah, Chris is on the carnivore diet. They're both promoting it together here today. And I feel like he is declining. And everyone's been more worried. I get comments all the time about his appearance and people worried about his health. Not only during the live stream, but even like the replay crew afterwards will be like, what is wrong with Chris? Like, you know, so I'm kind of over here like, what do you mean it's working out well for you? And you guys are doing so much better right now. I'm experiencing the opposite of that over here, but okay. Yes, someone mentioned his face is very red. Why would he not be worried about that? It's been like that for quite a while now. And a lot of people are wondering if it's his blood pressure and his cholesterol going through the fucking roof. And now we know why. It's because he eats a pound of fucking bacon for lunch every day. In some religions, cows are sacred and considered a sin to eat them. I know. And I mean, some of them are in Onpassive. So it's a very much a big, like, read the room situation. This is not at all the audience for this. I feel like he's partially aware of that. And that's also why he made the comment that he wants to keep this separate from Onpassive. But, like, he's not. It's not separate from Onpassive. Unfortunately, these two have made their entire lives Onpassive. So anything that they do now is going to be connected to Onpassive. I mean, heck, almost everything I do out here now is connected to Onpassive. So, like, if I got this life sentence, then you definitely should have it. Maybe that's just my opinion. But, like, Lord, they're not going to be able to separate it as much as they want to. I don't feel like they're going to be able to. And so this is not the audience for this. It's not good. Not good at all.
I'm going to go to 3. We have other people. Eric Kessler. Eric Kessler, if you look at his body and his shoulders and all,
exactly.
he looks like he's 30 years old.
Exactly. He's showing it on the exact same YouTube channels as Onpassive's on. He's having the same people. Like, he wants his first guest to be John White from Onpassive. So it's like, we're already not off to a good start if we're trying to separate this, right? Like, it's going to be connected. And then that just further connects it to Onpassive. So I don't know. And I don't know if these guys could do anything in future. Like I said, that would completely disconnect them from it. Their entire platform is solely Onpassive based. Like, I'm lucky. I still have some people that come in here and go, hey, Queen, when are you doing Bob Larson again? Hey, Queen, the Love Has Won people are back. So maybe I don't have it as bad as I'm making it out to be. But there's no way that they're going to be able to branch off now and do this carnival diet, and it's not going to be mainly about the people in Onpassive. That's their platform. Their audience is Onpassive, right? So It's like they can try, but it's not going to happen. It won't be long till we hear about a founder on the diet passing away from a heart attack due to the diet. Unfortunately, it might be Chris Johnson if he keeps this up. Marty doesn't have any friends left besides people in Onpassive. That's the effects of viewing everyone in your life as a potential scam victim for the last 25 years. It really is, though. Unfortunately. Yeah. No, carnivore diet. It might have came out carnival diet. I wouldn't be surprised if my mouth did that. My life is Onpassive, sir. Right? I mean, it is. Their whole life is Onpassive. And let's not forget they told everyone at the end of their last Onpassive stream, hey guys, we're doing this big carnivore diet stream. We really want you to come. So, like, what are we doing?
Narelle Warcon. No joke. This is funny as hell. She's probably going to kill me.
Narelle.
She started the carnivore diet. I don't remember her saying that right in the beginning, but she started it. And we're going to this show every night where we hang out, because we all hang out. We don't have, we have one big family around the world. It's pretty cool. And I saw it on the screen. I'm going, why does the world look so different?
You're just going to carnivals, eating the carnival food all the time. It's just like corn dogs and cotton candy. That would kill you even faster than the carnivore diet, for sure.
I mean, did she have a filter on, or what? She's looking younger.
By the way, you should go and like patent and trademark that, because eventually, that's probably going to be a thing. All right. Narelle started the carnivore trend in this crowd. Was it her? Is it her fault to fucking blame her for this? Because I will. They did say it was John White as well, because he lost all his weight. Thank you, Ella, for the $4.99. Have a treat on Mark B and me. I will. But, like, again, Narelle is in fucking Onpassive. So once, like, this is what I mean. If you're just going to do this show and have everyone again from Onpassive come on to talk about this diet now, it's just going to be Shin the Light carnivore diet instead of Shin the Light Onpassive, Like, it's going to be all of the exact same people that we see them have from Onpassive, but they're all just going to be like, oh yeah, I started the carnivore diet. It's great. So that's not going to help them separate this from Onpassive at all. They're not going about this in the right way. Deep fried everything. Yeah, that would probably kill you sooner. Marty is wondering why Narelle was looking so sexy. He probably does have a crush on her. See, Jelly Sack says so. There will be a carnival diet. You wait. Wake up in the morning, eat 4 corn dogs with mustard, a little cotton candy, and a big old slush puppy to wash it down. Like, fucking die the next day. Lord, see how Marty has his head in his hands here? That's how I've been watching half of this, with my head in my hands, just like rubbing my forehead. Like, the fuck is going on here? Why are we doing this?
Her face is getting thinner.
Mini donut.
Carnivore she's doing. I'm not kidding you.
We don't have
telling Chris, I'm texting.
We have beaver tails. All right. I'm in Ottawa, the hometown of the very first ever beaver tail hut in all of Canada. And when I first moved here, my girlfriend was like the main manager there for like 5 years. So we got to meet the owner. And then we used to go down every day and get free beaver tails. Yes, we did. It was great. I love meeting my beaver tails. The carnival diet is when you permanently move to a Carnival cruise ship. That doesn't sound so bad. Red would like that, probably. What's a beaver tail? It's like a flat donut. So instead of the donut being round or any other shape, it's like flat. And then you put the topping on top of it. So, you can get Nutella and bananas on top, or strawberries and chocolate, or whatever you want. And it's fried. It's kind of like a deep fried chocolate bar, although instead like a deep fried donut with toppings on top. But since it's like flat, it's kind of in the shape of a beaver tail. And since we're Canadian, that's what we call it. Yes, I think they're your guys' version of bear claws. Similar. Probably our version of bear claws would be the beaver tails, I would think. Hello, Jens. Good to see you. Not an actual tail of a beaver, no. But it's a very, very yummy donut. And Ottawa is the place for them. They come from Ottawa, so makes me very excited to, live here. They always have huts. Every time that we're doing some kind of festival, there's always a beaver tail hut. Imagine if Marty did a day in my life video. It's just him in the chair. He's like, and then I look at this wall for a few minutes and then back at my computer screen to watch this webinar. And I watch this webinar for 2 hours. Then I move over and scratch my ass and look at the other wall for a couple minutes before I ask my wife when dinner will be ready and make sure she only cooks me red meat and bacon. Be the most boring day in the life in the world.
Freaking the real. I told her to slow down because by June, she's going to be back in the womb. I didn't say room, I said womb. Because she's going back in time the way she looks. And you can talk to these people. I won't put words in people. We're going to slowly bring people on. We're going to have a lot of fun at this because it's something that...
So he just basically said that the carnivore diet is also helps with your anti-aging needs.
And I realize this. Marty, I can't afford steak. Listen, if I was broke, I'd be happy. I would be moving up in the world. I broke, okay? I'd be a 10 air. You know what a 10 air is? You're right. You don't because it doesn't exist. But you can find like hamburger. I'll give you an example. Eric brought it up a couple of weeks ago. He takes hamburgers, right? Hamburgers, they got them at what's the name of the store?
What?
Where does Eric get his hamburgers, Chris? Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't remember. Real quick. Yeah. Sam's Club or
no, the other one.
Oh crud, dude! You put me on the spot.
Go ahead. Say what you were going to say. I'll think of it.
Costco.
Costco.
That's it.
Costco has corn-fed burgers.
Yeah.
He buys them. He puts butter on them. And listen to Eric. He puts a lot of butter on them. So what? He loves it. So you could do that.
Real butter. Real butter and salt.
If you put margarine on, you put a gun to your head, okay? There's nothing about margarine that's real. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, damn it.
Question by Jennifer Dickinson. Hi, Jen. Can you have dairy on carnivore?
Well, I mean, it is real, but it's mainly vegetable oil, which you would then have a problem with because, vegetables and everything.
Cream.
Yeah.
That would be that. Well, heavy cream would be for keto. But dairy, no. Heavy cream I used to use on keto because it's 0 carbs. But when you really get into the carnivore diet,
makes me want to go. Oh no, I won't do it to you. It'll hurt your ears.
The heavy.
Okay, I'll stop.
Yes, the most dairy you can have is butter.
I have to.
So no, not really. You shouldn't be messing with any of that other stuff. Listen, though, if you did everything carnivore and you had a little bit of dairy, you're not going to get shot for it. I mean, whatever you do towards getting rid of another big mistake, and I caught my little brother here doing it. He's starting a diet, and he keeps saying, "Oh, this is no sugar, sugar-free, sugar-free." Listen, you know what sugar-free means? It means they relabeled
what
it.
Disney song do you guys want next? Before I did YouTube, I used to perform in my daughter's room for several hours a day, just singing Disney tunes and acting out the skits from the Disney movies.
Called carbs.
We have fun.
So when you see sugar-free, you go look at the label. You don't want no sugar. You don't want no additives. And you sure as heck don't want any carbs. Carbs is a fancy way of saying we're slipping sugar in. Okay? My opinion. A lot of people's opinion. God made this planet. He made things for us that we...
Marty, you can't just keep saying my opinion over and over again and thinking that that makes it okay for you to then do illegal medical claims or give people health advice because you call it your opinion. Okay, that's not a thing. Like, stop.
We can eat that would be good for us. How many fat lions do you see? How many fat tigers? How many fat, any apex creature? They don't get fat. They eat until they're full and you're done. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Don't give me a piece of steak. And I'll get to a certain point and I go, I don't want your
Sorry, I'll stop.
Oh, I'm going to gorge a little. No, it's over. Lights out. I'm not sick of it. I'm just done. I put it back in the Ziploc, put it in, boom.
I was that annoying theater kid at your high school. Like, that was me, so.
You eat until you're full. Real full, like full. The only animals that got a big gut are animals that eat vegetables and greens and plants. Why? They're designed to eat it. You look at a gorilla, they eat plants and stuff like that, but their stomach is humongous. Look at a cow. Look at some of the people around the world that are very, very thin, but they got this big round belly. That's usually from eating plants, plant-based stuff. I just want you to think, this is my opinion. I got to say this over and over. I don't want to get in trouble with whatever. My opinion, you see your doctor or do whatever you want to do. I'm telling you what I do, but you'll find what I found out through a doctor that is a carnivore, that the reason it's got a bitter taste, a lot of it, like coffee for one. You ever taste coffee? It's bitter. You know why? The coffee bean has a poison on it to keep the bugs from eating it.
Right.
It has a built-in defense.
So Angel says, the only fat animals you will see are the domesticated ones that are overfed by their humans feeding them a high-fat, high-protein diet. Right? Because in the wild, they only hunt and eat for survival. There is no, like, gluttony, let's say.
That's there. That's why it's there. And people look at me, yeah, but how about bananas? It's natural. Honey is natural. Bananas are natural. Oranges are natural. Well, everything I just mentioned, if you break it.
Maple syrup. Sorry, I thought we were just listing off things that we like to put, like toppings, sauces that we like to put on stuff. No?
Down, it's sugar. Your body doesn't know when it hits your stomach, oh, banana. No, it doesn't freaking know it. It looks like this, oh shit, here's sugar. We're going to have to do something with this, right? Store it or whatever we're doing. It's really, I'm just telling you, and this is kind of the first show. So every week we'll add more stuff. I'll add stuff too.
Oh God, I
can't wait. An email just for.
Can't wait for them to add stuff every single week. Won't that just be fucking lovely? Can't wait.
Carnivore, I want your input. I want if anybody decides to do it. Listen, once again, me and Chris aren't doctors. I'm telling you this because I care. Italian sausage with eggs, yummy. Now, some of the Italian sausage.
I'm telling you not to take your doctor's advice and to just eat all meat for your diet because I care about you. That was some fucking gaslighting if I've ever heard some. You know, I'm just,
Here's where you got to watch. Watch for fillers. I can get sausage. I believe I don't eat it that much. But when I do, I look at it. Dawn knows now. She looks at the back. 0 carbs, no additives. Okay, then get it. If it has 1 carb, I won't eat it. If it has any additive it has, like in the first 3 words, it's heavy.
if it has 1 carb, I won't eat it. I eat all meat. Okay.
Don't need it. Pork chops. Get the fattest ones you can find. Steak. Another thing we're starting to do, Dawn found dehydrated. I think that's what it's called. And we're putting, and what you can do is you get hamburger cheap, because I'm a cheap dude. Mix it up, put some Himalayan salt, flatten it out. No, you freeze it. You semi-freeze it. Slice it in strips. Lay it in the dehydrator, and you have beef jerky.
It is true, Violet.
Put it in the bag.
They finally got us. I never saw this one coming.
A little hungry? Boom. But there's so many things we're going to talk longer than we should. But I want to get it. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited for you, and I want to see if anybody decides. Me and Chris aren't trying to talk you into it. I am trying to talk you into it. I want you to try it, but don't go into this that in an hour you're going to be okay. There's going to be a while. There's going to be days. Give yourself 90 days. There's going to be days where you will have that argument with yourself. Don't act like you don't know what that means. I'll tell you what. I'm going to explain to you what it is. You walk by something, you see candy there. You see a Butterfinger going, Marty, come on, it's only 1. Yeah, you're right. And sometimes I can't believe that little bar wins. You grab it, you eat it. Guess what? If you're in ketosis, you're out of ketosis in maybe 4 days. And it doesn't make you feel any better. In fact, it makes you feel worse. Do it clear out so this stuff isn't around you. If it ain't in your house, you can't get it. Get yourself ready. Cheap meat if you can't afford to get a hamburger. You can make meatloaf. You can make hamburgers. You can make dehydrated. Chris uses a what's that thing you use to cook?
My air fryer.
Every day he uses it.
Oh, he forgot
every day, and all the stuff. It browns. It does everything. So go ahead, Chris.
And real quick, a lot of people talking about price.
Right, sweet. That didn't last very long.
Said he's allergic to eggs or has issues.
Hey? They were like, we're not trying to convince anyone. Blah, 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 blah. Well, here we are. Here we are. They almost made it, I guess.
Just don't eat those things, though. Your body already knows. We're not telling you what you can only eat. There's lots of things you can eat on the carnivore diet. The main thing is just stay away from sugar. Literally, you talked about these Italian sausage. I have a meat market right by me. I went up there, and I love Italian sausage, Polish sausage in general. So I asked the lady, which one of these sausages has no sugar in it? She goes back, it's the label. It was Polish sausage. I do this one. I want that one then. No carbs, no sugar. That's the one I got. Now, I could have made a mistake and bought my favorite Italian sausage, and it was loaded with sugar. But don't be afraid to ask your meat market or even the store. Look on the ingredients and find out for sure that there's no sugar. Any sugar in there is bad for you. Also, you can, like you said, you can go to Costco, like a lot of people do. Or see.
Mark says, no wonder Chris and Marty are carnivores. Being an on-passive is fruitless.
Sam's Club, they have really good meat there. And
they got bulk meat. That's what you say. Look at per pound. Don't look at the price. Look at per pound. If you get something like $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, I'm actually buying steak at $4.99 a pound.
I prefer to go to the butcher, but maybe that's just me. A lot of carnivore people will avoid sausages because they're usually made with celery juice, but no one tell these guys. Ooh.
Cut to where I want to cut, and I cut it 1.5 inches. The guy cuts it for me. I'm in a gold mine, and and it's got fat all over. You want me to trim this? No, trim nothing. Trim. I don't want it trimmed.
This guy said, Ingrid, hey, Chris, you doing good? You're not rubbing your eyes. Well, listen, guys, my eyes are something totally different. I have no tear ducts, so that's why they swell up. I have to have surgery on my eyes. What? Tubes put in there. But no, I do still rub my eyes. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, to be honest. But
you mean you have blocked tear ducts? What do you mean you have no tear ducts? Can you have no tear ducts? Do you have LAD syndrome? Apparently there's a syndrome where you can have no tear ducts. Interesting. The condition is called dacryostenosis or congenital lacrimal duct obstruction, meaning it's present at birth. A blocked tear duct can occur in one or both eyes. Because infants don't produce tears until they are several weeks old, a blocked tear duct may not be noticeable at birth. So you can have a birth defect that causes this. I feel like it would be sad if you had that as a birth defect and it wasn't like corrected at that time. And now later on in life, you like have to go for surgery. I'm guessing he means that he has blocked tear ducts, but maybe he has that. I don't know. Sweet God says 10 minutes with me and I'll get tears out of you. He has no brain, so might be some other things missing. Right? Is that what he's doing to say his bloodshot eyes are? Apparently. What did I just come home to? Good old Chris and Marty promoting the carnivore diet. The restaurants often provide a tub of lard to dip your bread into. It's supposedly a delicacy in Poland. Yeah, that makes some sense. I don't know, that would be really bad not to have tear ducts. It would. I feel like that's something that the doctor would have like how long has it been since he's seen a doctor? And why is he seeing a doctor? I thought he didn't believe in these damn doctors. I guess only to fix his eyes.
I like what people pointed out because most people think I'm, I smoke some funny herbal stuff, and I don't do that.
Like a stone.
Now,
I do.
Now, if you go to a meat market, and I had to ask questions. I said, "Do you have a carnivore diet here?" Well, yeah, we kind of do have and they'll even have something lined up in carnivore. And I said, the beef? I went to
the beef. Hold on a second. Did you just say, Chris, did you just say that you walked into a meat market and asked them if they have a carnivore diet? Did they look at you like you were fucking stupid? Like, how did that go? Could you maybe describe that situation more in depth to us? I just imagine. I'd be like, do you walk into a pancake house and ask them if they make pancakes? Like that, you guys got meat in here? Who walks into a meat market? You guys got anything that I could have in my carnivore diet? They're like, yeah, probably a lot of things, dude. They're like looking around all the meat. They're just like, this guy fucking for real? That made my head hurt. And speaking about my head being sore and smoking great grand things that make your eyes go wompy, we'll be right back. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy. No one fucks with my hose. The lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS, pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper Drug Mart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will.
This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the foot fetish Fantasia spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand.
Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor. Yes, thank you. Now back to this madness.
Section that was like 10 a pound, 9 a pound, 8 and I said, which beef has the best, most fat? That would be the $4, $4.99 a pound. I go, that's the one I want.
That's the one I want. Yeah.
Listen.
Wow.
Real butter. I get salted butter. I get Amish bacon. I see someone was talking about they go to get Amish bacon. I bought 7 pounds of Amish bacon today because I love it. I can eat it all day long, but I don't. I have it one time a day. And I'm telling you, you can eat a lot. I'm doing this for a different reason so I can get rid of my diabetes. Marty's doing it for many other things, and it wasn't diabetes, but he was on his way. Anytime you gain mass amounts of weight, and a lot of us do as we get older, some of us are lucky, some of us don't, you get in the lane of diseases. When you're gaining weight, your body's losing. Anything that comes your way, you're going to catch. I can guarantee you that. If you ever had neuropathy, I have neuropathy in my feet from the diabetes. It is horrible. I went from a guy that can walk 100 miles a day to barely walking down the street without having to sit down and wince in pain. This is all the stuff that I did to myself. I had to listen to people, which I didn't listen to them. And I finally said,
well, how does it make sense then to eat a bunch of fat to lose weight? Just how?
I just got to do this. My life is completely changing in my health for that reason. Matter of fact, I'm motivated to get out and walk. I'm motivated to get out and ride my bike. I have a lot more energy. Before I'd get up and an hour later, I'd want to go back to bed. I was sleepy again. So if you're droopy, sleepy, that means your body's not working right. You shouldn't be droopy and sleepy.
No. I got so much. I am burning up, man. You get it right. Your body's running on jet fuel. I'm telling you. There's what Key Wendell's got the word. It's visceral fat. It's inside fat. Yeah.
But you let people tell you different things. And that's why eventually we're probably going to have a panel on here of people that are doing carnivore, bringing in them. And everybody.
Are you going to have a panel on there of people who are doing carnivore, like just normal people? Or are you going to have like actual health experts on who say that the carnivore diet is good?
Reacts differently, but I've noticed that this diet, it kind of reacts the same to everyone else. Where I see people on, they had all those diets. I mean, I tried them all, and it was more work than I ever thought. When you got to count things, and those things were all good programs if you stuck to them. But man, you had to pull out a calculator, take off your shoes, count your toes, and worry about this. You don't have to worry about. It's really just basic information, and there's documented facts, not only just through us few people that we know, but online.
Thank you, Joe, for being a member for 42 months. Bacon once a month, perfect. Yeah, see, like I probably have bacon about once a month, maybe twice a month. And then we usually eat pork chops like once a week. So that's also pork. But like, I couldn't imagine eating a pound of bacon, just for lunch. Like, I need something else to go with my bacon. You know, I need some bacon and eggs, or making a BLT sandwich or something. It's just so boring. You know, they will have their fake doctors and nurses on their stream, right? Jordan Peterson did the carnivore diet, and that kind of tells you all you need to know. I looked into a renal diet, and it's so far removed from this, Jake. I don't know much about that one. Can't wait to see their documented facts and sources, right? Sounds like we're just hearing from what they like to call human experience.
People that had multiple issues in their body, John White being one of them, and now they're gone. It's an amazing thing. All we're saying is, Marty said, we got to talk about this more. I agree. I want to be able to tell someone listen, there's people out there that's never been able to lose weight their whole lives. You see the stories.
Yeah, there's a difference, though, between coming out and saying, listen, I want to tell you a story about what worked for me and what I did, and then maybe it can work for you. Please talk to your doctor first, though, before like thinking about doing this, and then just discussing your own personal experience, making it clear that it's your own personal experience and you're only providing it to the public as like an example and maybe an idea, so that they can kind of take that idea to their doctor and maybe see if it would work for them. Like, I'm sure that there's some kind of way that you can do that and it not be you giving illegal medical claims when it comes to this diet, or you essentially like giving people health and wellness advice and advice on their diet, where I would not be as mad watching through the webinar of you doing that. You know, this is not it, though. This is not it. You're coming on here, you're telling people that their doctors are lying to them. So you're making it very much about the audience and trying to get them to join you in this diet, and have said shit about like not listening to doctors and whatnot. Like, that's very problematic. We just don't want that. That's not good. So that's not really what you're doing here. I can't help but wonder like what else you're connected to and what this is going to be doing for you in the future. Like, what health and wellness company have you connected to right now that is doing the carnivore diet and you're going to make money off of promoting this? Because I can't believe that you're just coming out here. Chris and Marty are just like, yeah, this really worked for us, so I just really want to share it to help some people. And then you're going to put as much work in doing this show as you are doing Shin the Light with Onpassive. And you think you're going to become a millionaire from Onpassive. So that's why you're doing that work. Why are you doing this? Like I can't believe that it's just to like spread the word about what's worked for you. And because you like can't contain yourselves because you're just so excited over how well this has worked. So you got to share it. Like, there's more to this.
And I'm going to tell you this. There is no magic pill out there. There's no magic pill. You know, Ozempic's going, take a shot. It works, but it's cheating your system. Losing weight naturally, eating healthy is all you really need to do. And that's the honest to God truth. I'm doing it I think the easy way. A little each day. I do still watch my sugar because I'm prone to doing it, but it's also healthy to do too.
There's nothing wrong with watching it, but by checking, you're proving that what you're doing is working.
I don't know what this means.
So
Brett
Miriam
Ross, great. She's left a couple posts. This sums it up. It's the elimination diet.
There
It
you
will
go.
eliminate a lot of problems. Brenda, thank you. That's perfect way. And she also put something earlier.
Right now, I mean, you could also wire your jaw shut to lose weight. But that's not necessarily a good idea either. You know, just because you see some results with something too doesn't necessarily mean that it's working or that it's a good thing.
Day a week, here it is. 1 day a week, she gets her stuff done and she's done. Dawn gets all the meat, we cut it, she salts it, she bags it.
She
what we're
does
gonna cook
this?
now.
You make your vegetarian wife cut meat? Okay, you have to be lying about her being a vegetarian. I'm sorry, but I can't for the life of me believe that a vegetarian woman would be okay with cutting up the meat to feed you. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Her being vegetarian and them being married makes sense. Okay, just because you're married doesn't mean you have to be on the exact same diet as your spouse. All right. So I was willing to believe it. I was like, that's cruel of you to do. Like, if my husband all of a sudden went vegetarian, which would never fucking happen. That man loves his barbecue way too much. But like, if that ever happened, I would probably then not force him to constantly cut up meat and cook me meat. Like, I would be okay with him being like, I'm a vegetarian now. I don't want to have anything to do with meat. Like, you know, like that makes absolute sense. Like, why are you a vegetarian? If you're going to be okay with like cutting it up and stuff, isn't that what kind of bothers you about it to begin with? Like, I did it. But now that you're saying that she's the one that like gets it every fucking month and that she's like elbow deep in it, I'm like, is she a vegetarian? Like, I don't know. Marty. You might have fucked up your story.
And the other's in the freezer, and it goes for 2 or 3 weeks, and then we do it again.
We need Brenda. Brenda, when Marty gets that email, we'd love to have you on here and talk to us because it'll be fun. There's another question. Can you do fried cube steaks on this diet? It has a better coating on it.
Okay. Fried cube, yes. long as there's no breading.
Yeah.
No bread either? Lord. Mark B says, this is so surreal. 2 fat guys talking about how well they're doing losing weight. It's almost as absurd as them saying how successful they are by being a non-passive. It really is, though. It really is. I mean, they're the poster children for fake it till you make it, I guess.
You could do whatever you want, whatever, any kind of meat, how you cook it, what you want to do it. It's the stuff we add or they add. That's where the problem comes.
Remember, this is.
Imagine the vegan teacher finding out about these two, promoting the carnivore diet right now. She'd be so mad.
I want to bring more people along with this. And this isn't making money. This is about just getting healthier. Is because the more opinions that matter. I did see Sherry put on.
See, like, it's like thou doth protest too much. You brought it up like 3 times that you're not doing this webinar in order to make money, which again just makes me go, oh, I wonder how they're doing this webinar to try to make money. Like maybe don't bring that up all the time, and then I wouldn't wonder about it as much.
I do include dairy, and I'm doing great with it because everyone's different. You might react to see now. I have a different reason why I don't do that stuff because of being type 2 diabetes, soon to be gone completely.
No, but here's the reason we're not saying it, because that's not true with carnivore.
Soon
now,
to be
do
gone?
people do little things? Obviously.
So you had your diabetes, you went on the carnivore diet, you claimed that helped your diabetes, then you went off the carnivore diet, which brought your diabetes back, and now you're saying that you're soon to be off diabetes again. As if there's just an on and off switch that you can hit with your diabetes. And this is after you told us that every day for breakfast you have 3 eggs and then you have all bacon for lunch. And I'm supposed to be like, yeah, that cured your diabetes. Okay.
Sherry just said it. Have I used a little heavy cream? Yes.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be honest with you, I need to tell you what carnivore is and the way I heard it. And
I'm worried about that because he claims he's not even taking his insulin because the doctor doesn't know anything. And he met this nurse lady, this really nice nurse, that told him that insulin is awful for you. And if you have diabetes, you should stop taking it. And I'm like, do you realize that you need that? But okay. So is he testing his blood sugar? Probably not. Which is very, very fucking worrisome. Like, he's definitely not taking his diabetes diagnosis seriously at all. Maybe everyone should be praying for Chris. He needs to start those prayer groups for himself. Because if this continues, he's not going to be here for much longer.
Hey, I'm trying to do it. Like I said, I've jumped off the wagon, but I jumped off. I didn't fall off. I jumped off. I tried something. And then, but the next 2 days, I feel horrible.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this is for eliminate those problems. I'm telling you.
Gout?
From here, I got one for you. Here's gout. I used to have gout. Now, anybody that
he said from here, it's from his head, so I don't trust it at all.
Has gout, raise your hand.
Gout?
You ever had it? OMG.
Now, how are you literally just checking off all of the boxes? The health and wellness MLM boxes. It's so weird. Now you're even talking about gout.
The most painful thing. You get at your foot and your cover on your bed
I
hurts.
just sat here and been like, they're going to bring up this and then this and then this. Like, this is ridiculous.
I used to get it chronic 3-4 times a year. Chronic. You know what they said it was from? Red meat and fish, shellfish. So I used to stop eating red meat and all that. I eat nothing but red meat. I haven't had gout, nothing near it since. The problem wasn't the red meat. It was eating 90% crap along with the red meat, and I went out of control. We're not designed.
So it's the crap that you ate with the red meat that got you in trouble. So you figured if you only ate red meat, then that would fix it? That's the dumbest thing ever. Lord.
It's your pancreas or whatever. We are not designed to break down vegetables and get what we need out of it.
What are you talking about? Yes, we literally are, Marty. We are designed for vegetables and meats. Like, human beings are actually omnivores. What are you talking about?
No, we're not. We were not made to do that. I mean, you can do it. Some people swear by it. My wife does it. But there's a lot of time she be running to the bathroom, if you know what I'm talking about. I could say that here because she's not there.
Stop.
But no. I mean, one time I watched a webinar and this guy had diarrhea for 10 years. No doubt. He's crapping like a cow.
Because he ate vegetables?
Because he's throwing nothing but this roughage in there. And it's just, this is the way I see it. And by the way, this is experience. I'm not telling you I'm a doctor, but experience, this has changed my life for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll be back again. I really enjoyed this. Now, on our channel,
oh, great.
99.999% of it is for the business we're in. But there will be a playlist just for carnivore.
Yeah.
Yay.
Because I feel that strong about how I believe if you try it. Now, obviously, if you go to your doctor and say, should I do carnivore? There's a good chance they're going to say no. But since I've done it, my doctor, the last time I visited him, he said, this stuff is really, really working well for you. And when this came out of my mouth, he wasn't happy. I said, well, I haven't taken the medication you've given me for 4 months. None of it? No. Well, what's going on?
Why
I'm
you
on a carnivore diet.
like,
Well, there's no proven and I went, okay, no proven. I just freaking proved it to you. But I didn't get into it. I left and haven't been back.
rip?
There are other things.
Rest in
on
peace
here.
to both of you.
Mary put, if you don't have a gallbladder, there's different things in here. Everyone's different. And like I said, that's why we're going to have opinions. None of us are going to be doctors. You never know. We might even get a doctor on here. Who knows?
No. Listen, once again, let me say this again. We're not telling you to do something that you think is going to harm you.
Why would you get a doctor on here after you just told everyone that the doctors are wrong? They don't know what the fuck they're talking about and like shit on the entire industry and all of their medicine. But what, if you find a doctor that says the carnivore diet is good, a biased doctor, probably getting paid by whatever company you're going to make money off of by promoting this carnivore diet, then you'll have that doctor on. Then all of a sudden doctors will be good again. Will you go back on your insulin then? Fake. You can't even stand for your own convictions. You literally just sat here for 47 minutes talking about how doctors were shit. So much so that you're going to trust your own advice. Like, go off insulin and don't listen to your doctors. More so than you wanted to listen to the doctors. But now you fucking admit that if you find a doctor on here that's biased and believes what you believe, then you'll be okay with doctors. I hate people like you. I don't like it. Like, if you're going to say fuck the medical field, say fuck the medical field, whether they agree with you or not. Don't just say fuck the medical field until I find somebody that's biased and agrees with what I agree with. That's some bullshit. If you can't even stand for your own convictions, why the fuck should I listen to you about anything else? What proof? You just told your doctor to trust me, bro. The doctor's like looking at all of his vitals. They're like through the roof. He's like, listen, I need you to stop eating all this meat. Marty's like, no. All right. I've decided I'm eating all red meat. I'm right, you're wrong. And then he leaves like fucking idiot. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Marty is roaring against the machine. Marty also doesn't believe in evolution. Nope. Because God made them. Is Marty getting paid by big meat? This is so incredibly dangerous. They're influencers in the unpassive community and have a responsibility to be truthful, right? Right? They don't care. Could very well be a meat-based affiliation he's getting paid to promote. I can't believe that he's just doing this because he wants to do it. Marty is one of the people in the USA getting free healthcare, by the way. Probably. He should fucking go to his damn doctor then. He has no excuse. There's a meat MLM maybe? Most likely. I mean, there was an air MLM. There was a mud MLM. There's water MLMs. Like, why wouldn't there be a meat one, you know? Iowa beef packers are paying Marty. Right? Even Sweet's like, there's an MLM for everything. So, like, probably is. Probably. There was a meat MLM. Not sure if it's still going. Oh, there's probably like 7 of them, though, really. I wonder what medications Marty was taking. Yeah, I don't know. But we know that Chris was taking insulin and he's not anymore. And that is fucking worrisome. Like, I'm really worried. And here's the thing. If Marty gave a fuck about Chris at all as a person, he would tell him to start taking his insulin again right fucking now. If any of my friends ever came to me and they were like, Beth, I stopped taking my insulin yesterday. And I was like, oh, wow. Like your doctor said that you should go off of it? Because that would be my response. And then they were like, no, I just stopped taking it. I'd be like, because you want to fucking die? Sooner? Tomorrow, maybe? Like, what, why would you do that? And then they'd be like, because I'm on the carnivore diet. And I'm going to be like, I'm about to hit you with a fucking big slab of meat right in the head in hopes that it knocks in some sense. And then you go back on your fucking insulin. Like, how dare you even do that to us, your loved ones, and decide your death sentence should come earlier? How dare you? I'd be very upset. I would not be like, oh yeah, no, man, that sounds like a great idea. Yep, fuck the doctors, right? Like, you know that that's very dangerous. Dangerous thing. Like, nobody out here would ever hear that their friend just stopped taking their insulin and respond with any type of positivity. Like, I think anyone is going to be like, you did what? Like, so dangerous to even suggest that it's something that you should be thinking about doing. Don't even think about it. If the thought, should I stop taking my insulin right now, ever enters your head, the next thought should be, no, you fucking idiot, you'll fucking die. And that's it. The end. Like, there's no more. You can you're literally killing yourself right now. This is like committing a very slow unaliving. What meat are they talking about? Well, I don't know. There's no way anyone would ever pay Marty to be their spokesperson, especially, I mean, for meat. I guess he has a lot on his bones. So they're like, maybe it will work. I don't know. In fact, I think places would provide Marty money and even competitor products in exchange for him swearing he would never use theirs. Unless you're in Onpassive, apparently. Onpassive seems to be okay with him being the damn fucking spokesperson. Marty is getting paid by Ash in 1 coin. But Lord, like, Chris, please start taking your insulin again. Please start taking your insulin again. All right, like you cannot stop taking your insulin again. If you take anything away from my live stream, Chris, take away that you need your insulin or else you're going to fucking die. Okay, you have to take that. Your body isn't producing it. Okay, you can only live so long on what you have in your body right now. It's going to run out. You're going to die. I need you to please take it. Check your sugars. All right, please get your diabetes under control. And if anyone ever fucking cared about you, they would tell you to do this. All right, any friend of yours that's hearing that you're not taking your insulin, has your brother been told this? I'm sure he's flipping. I'm sure he's told you, hell no, get back on that. What are you doing? Like, please, if you do anything in your life going forward, get back on your goddamn insulin. That's what you should do. Right? You have children, you have grandchildren, you know, and Chris lives alone. So something happens to you. All right? Like, how are you going to get help? All right? You don't have someone there with you that can see it and call an ambulance, dude. Do you have a way for you to get, fuck, if you're going to do this, at least get one of those Medi alert things that you press a button and the ambulance is called. So that on the way down, you can at least hit the button and maybe get some help to your house. Because you're not going to be going for much longer, my dude. Chris has a dog that will take care of him if something happens. So the dog will just bark. Maybe the dog will bark until someone comes to find out what the hell's going on and why this dog is barking. And that will save him. But by then it'll be 3 days later and, you know, rip.
And probably you can't do it. You can't do it. But ask questions on this new email that I'm going to have. You can send those questions in, And I know there's people with a PhD background that can answer that.
Yep.
I don't want to be the one to do it because I don't know. I don't know.
It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to some of the people. I know John White. I'm almost positive John White will be on next Monday, maybe a couple other people, because we want to have a discussion about it. And the more people we get involved, the more we're all going to learn, because something that they're doing might work in the carnivore system, and maybe we don't know about it. But
The
there's
carnivore
a lot of stuff. No more CPAP machine, no sleep apnea. John White. That's that 76-year-old dog.
Yeah, no, Marty, do not stop using your CPAP machine. Even if you think you can stop using it because you've lost some weight, do not stop using it. Go to a doctor and do a sleep test. And then if they say that you can stop using it, then you stop using it. Okay, because you can get better from sleep apnea. I don't know. You might, with COPD, I don't know, it might be too dangerous for you to stop having a CPAP machine ever, to be honest. That makes it worse. So you maybe you're too far gone to stop using one, but if you do have sleep apnea, there is a chance that if it is due to you being overweight, you can lose the weight and end up not needing the CPAP machine anymore, okay? But again, that's like hard, like only a portion of the people with it. Okay, most people cannot stop with their CPAP. And I would never say to stop using any of that, any device. Don't stop taking any meds, etc., unless your doctor says you can. Don't. All right, you getting a little idea in your head? Even like, oh, I haven't been anxious in a couple days. Maybe I don't need my anti-anxiety meds right now. No, see, the reason why you're not anxious is because you're on the meds. Keep taking the meds. Right? Like, I am pro-medication here and pro-doctor.
Who lost over 200 pounds. And he did it in secret.
If you look up somebody that was 400 pounds, 70 years old, the chance of him losing half of his body weight is about the same chance as getting attacked by a shark in Arizona. No, I'm telling you, I got a better chance of picking up pixie sticks with my butt cheeks than somebody at that age losing that much weight. It's unheard of. It's unheard. I know you guys are getting to visualizing me doing that, but I'm not that.
And Brenda, I sent you a face friend on Facebook if you didn't see it. And this is strictly carnivore, guys. We do other things, but this is strictly to educate and also be educated on the carnivore diet.
Oh no, did that happen to you? That sucks. That would really suck. I had a situation once several months ago. It's been a little while now, but what would have been about 6 months ago or something, where I had a doctor's appointment and my doctor got ill, and it happened to be on like a holiday weekend, and my appointment was for Thursday. So my doctor got ill, didn't cancel any of his appointments. So I was like waiting at the appointment for like fucking 2 hours, just sitting there like, what is going on? Where's my doctor at? And then finally got told like, hey, your appointment's been rescheduled for next week. But then I was like, oh shit, I don't have meds now for the fucking weekend. What am I going to do? And so luckily I had meds to like get through that night or whatever. But then the next day it was like, I'm going to be fucked. But luckily for me, even though it was a holiday, my pharmacy's open. And my pharmacist is fucking awesome. And I can go down there and I can be like, hey, listen, dude, my doctor just fucked me over on my appointment. So like, I've run out of my meds and I need my meds, and he will give me medication to get me through the weekend. So I haven't gone without meds in a long ass fucking time. But I just remember being like, holy shit. Like, if I didn't have the pharmacist that I have, I would have had like the worst weekend ever. Would have had the worst weekend. It was just so lucky that he was also open like the next day. And I couldn't go down there. And he's such a nice dude. He's like, yep, I'll just give you some to get you through until then. Because like I get my script there. I've been on the same meds for like 5 years. So it's not like he knows I need them. He knows I take them 3 times a day. Like this is a thing, right? He knows without them I'll be insane. So it's like, yeah, no, I need those. We're going to go for a whole weekend right now. And that's not going to be good. So I luck out. It's always good to have a good pharmacist in those situations. Because a lot of times, if that happens to you and you are on a medication, like you can work something out with the pharmacist. And a lot of pharmacists now here, I don't know if they do it where you are, Devils, but I know here a lot of them are also able to do certain prescriptions now. So here we've like opened it up so that pharmacists can give certain prescriptions. I don't know about like anxiety meds or anything like that. I see a doctor for those, but it's good so that people aren't going like without medication. Because like you shouldn't. Like it's bad. You can't be on a medication and then stop taking a medication. Like I almost go through a withdrawal. Almost like when I was an opiate user back in the day, you know? Have a good one, Ella. So you can't stop taking any medicine without your doctor, especially. Best idea I ever had was quitting the benzo I had been on for years, cold turkey. Woke up in the ER. Yeah, it's not good. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. And it's one of the biggest mistakes that people make, especially with mental health. Like when I was working with people that had schizophrenia, we were doing medication management for them. Many of them had to be on an actual shot, like a needle, because they would stop taking pills all the time because they would say, well, the voices stopped. Well, the hallucination went away, so I'm good now. And then, of course, it would come back and they would go insane and end up back in the hospital. And so we had a lot of them that were actually on a needle, and they would come in once a month and get a needle in the ass to make sure that they got their medication. Otherwise, they'd go off of it. But it's like, don't go off your damn meds, all right? The reason why you're feeling good is because the meds are working. They're in your system enough. This is why. The second that the levels dip in your system, you're going to start experiencing a bad time, no matter what kind of med it is, by the way. This goes for like all medications. All medications, especially if you're taking medication daily, like you need that for a reason, right? Like for me, I have a complete serotonin deficiency. So if I don't take something that gives me serotonin, and a lot of it, I'm on all kinds of meds, but if I don't take something that gives me a lot of serotonin, then I'm going to end up in a big, huge depression, and it will be like a huge crash for me. I'll just like crash out. Like I got burnout and I can't get out of bed for like 4 days or something. You know what I mean? So I can't stop taking that. And even like insulin though, holy fuck. Chris not taking insulin is insane. Like I literally know people that would end up in the hospital if they forgot to take their insulin. So like that one to me is craziness. Of course, in the US, the insurance companies prefer to force you to take pills, even if a shot form would be safest for the patient and people around them. Yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. See, here we were pretty good with that, but we used to also have the pharmaceutical companies come to like pitch us medications. Oh my God, those used to be so funny. We used to go to the meetings because they would do free lunch for us. So they'd be like, let's go to like the first couple hours, get lunch, and then just dip out because like we're not getting this medication. I also like couldn't prescribe meds, so it was like, I don't know why I have to be there, but okay. But yeah, don't ever stop taking your medications without a doctor telling you that you can. Is my major point here. It's just very, very bad idea.
Both of us are amazed at what it's done
I'm amazed
for
you're
our lives.
alive.
We figured if it can do it for us, it can do it for a lot more people. But we found out, you go on YouTube, there is literally thousands of stories how carnivore changed people's lives.
We will bring them here and share them with you, stuff we know. And like Chris said, who knows, maybe we'll get a doctor on here or something that has technical reasons why it works. 76 years old, 2 years carnivore, no meds. Going to be in good shape for the rest of my life.
Gonna get technical.
Wow.
Roni, we need you on the show, Roni. Unless he's talking about John White, but Roni, if that's you, we want to have you on here, man. Get a hold of him. Marty gets
wow. 76, 2 years. Nice. All right. See you all. And thank you very much for coming to the first show. We'll see you next Monday night at 8 p.m.
See, that's so sad. See, like this person says, 76 years, 2 years carnivore, no meds, going to be in the best shape of my life when Onpassive starts. It's like they're doing this diet because they're thinking that then they'll be able to stick around longer for when they all become millionaires with Onpassive.
Goodbye, but bring your questions, and we're going to have some people, different people on here. So we want all questions asked by we have this panel going. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun, actually.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, I could do you a favor.
Can you growl?
Ooh, didn't even let him do it. Didn't even let him do the growl. And they cut it off. I'm pretty sure the carnivore diet isn't meant to be long-term. I would not think so. I would not think so. However, since most people who push diets make money and sell things while doing so, it ends up being a long-term diet, even though it shouldn't be. Like Liver King. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was pretty cringe. Can you growl? I'm kind of glad that we never got the growl. I think it saved us from cringing to death together. Mew mew. Imagine if he was just like, ooh. Right. Roar. But yeah, that was their promotion of the carnivore diet, which I have a very big issue with them promoting. So let's just take a moment now and let's talk about the truth about the carnivore diet. First and foremost, I'm doing this disclaimer. I kind of did one at the beginning of the stream, but I want to let you know I am not a medical professional at all in any way, shape, or form. All right, my education and profession before YouTube was in social work, not diet stuff, not health and wellness, etc. Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson are also not medical professionals. Okay, this is one of my issues. I highly recommend seeing your medical professional before making any changes to your diet, especially drastic ones like only eat all meat, right? Marty doesn't have anything to sell, not even an Onpassive. Just make sure you talk to your doctor. Please do not take any of our advice without first speaking to your doctor, even my advice, all right? I'm basing my research from Healthline and stuff that I could find because I'm good at doing research. But I highly recommend that you do your own research on this yourself, as I do with everything that I cover. Please never take me to be some expert or know-it-all on any topic. I say that all the time. Always do your own research and decide what's best for you. Maybe this diet would be a good thing for you to try out for a little while. Who knows? Just don't do it, please, unless you talk to your doctor. Okay, I highly recommend that you seek the advice of someone in the medical field before starting any diet. Okay? The information I am giving you is not medical advice. Even going forward here, I'm not giving you any medical advice. All right? It should not be considered as medical advice. Don't consider anything that Marty or Chris said in this stream to be any medical or health advice either. Okay, they're not medical professionals. Please speak to a medical professional before you change your diet in any way, shape, or form, or do any of these fad diets, please. Substitute the word investment for medical, pretty much. What is the carnivore diet? So the carnivore diet consists entirely of meat and animal products, excluding all other foods. It's claimed to aid weight loss, mood issues, and blood sugar regulation, among other health issues. However, the diet is extremely restrictive and likely unhealthy in the long term. Plus, no research backs its purported benefits. The carnivore diet eliminates all foods except for meat and animal products. Thus, it's low in vitamin C, folate, it has no fiber, and is difficult to maintain. You should follow a well-rounded diet instead. Like Marty says, the food pyramid. What? I was here for the medical advice. Shut up, Phelps. No lions were harmed in the making of this video. The carnivore diet is a restrictive diet that only includes meat, fish, and other animal foods like eggs and certain dairy products. It excludes all other foods, including all fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and seeds. Its proponents also recommend eliminating or limiting dairy intake to foods that are low in lactose, a sugar found in milk and dairy products such as butter and hard cheeses. That's why you heard Marty talking so much about butter, and Chris was all like, "Oh, get the butter. They all like the butter." I do hope they are taking Centum Silver for men, or at least some kind of vitamin, right? The carnivore diet stems from the controversial belief that human ancestral populations ate mostly meat and fish, and that high-carb diets are to blame for today's high rates of chronic disease. Other popular low-carb diets, like the keto and paleo diets, limit but don't exclude carb intake. I'm not a big fan of any diet, but at least those ones, are a little bit healthier than this one is. However, the carnivore diet aims for 0 carbs. Sean Baker, an American orthopedic doctor, yes, orthopedic doctor, is the most well-known proponent of the carnivore diet. He cites testimonials from those who follow the carnivore diet as proof that it can treat depression, anxiety, arthritis, obesity, diabetes, and more. However, no controlled studies have analyzed the effects of the carnivore diet. So let's get into who the hell is this Sean Baker and why is he such an asshole? Okay. One study promoted by Baker asked followers of the diet to fill out a survey on their eating habits and health. The respondents reported satisfaction and beneficial effects. However, nutrition experts raised concerns about the study's health claims. For example, the study did not include any way to check the accuracy of the health information submitted by the respondents. So basically anyone can be like, I am at my utmost health, and in the meantime, they have high cholesterol, they're gaining weight, their health is shit. Like, there was no way to check. The results should be interpreted with caution. And this is the study here, and it's called Limitations of Self-Reported Health Status and Metabolic Markers Among Adults Consuming a Carnivore Diet. And as you can see, people are not happy. What's more is in 2017, Baker's medical license was actually revoked by the New Mexico Medical Board due to concerns about his competency. Baker's medical license was reinstated in 2019 with a requirement for direct supervision when practicing medicine. So he's not supposed to practice it unless he's supervised. And then I have a little blurb from the article here that says, according to Baker, he was suspended after a biased review initiated by the hospital board. So he lies about why he got suspended. However, he was fully reinstated after being reviewed by an independent agency in 2019, and he got his medical license back after a few stressful years. That's how he tells people about it. Too much of anything is bad for you. You need a balanced diet to be healthy. Exactly. This is Sean Baker. Remember, he's an orthopedic doctor that has lost his license and then regained his license. He is the grandfather, the father, the papa, if you will, of the carnivore diet. His talking points are all of the talking points that Marty and Chris were repeating today. I can tell that they are obviously watching and listening to the Ultimate Health podcast, which is just wonderful. Isn't that great? We need them to look up to more scammers. That's just great. Yeah, that's what we need. So how do you follow this diet? Following the diet involves eliminating all plant foods from your diet and exclusively eating meat, fish, eggs, and small amounts of low lactose dairy products. Again, like butter. Foods to eat include beef, chicken, pork, lamb, turkey, organ meats, salmon, sardines, white fish, and small amounts of heavy cream and hard cheese. Butter, lard, and bone marrow are also allowed. Proponents of the diet emphasize eating fatty cuts of meat to reach your daily energy needs. Sound familiar? And organ meats such as liver to ensure intake of vitamins low in other cuts of meat, such as vitamin C. The carnivore diet encourages drinking water and bone broth, but it discourages drinking tea, coffee, and other drinks made from plants. That's why coffee bad. Coffee plant. Tea leaves. Therefore plant. Therefore bad. Plants bad. Carnivore diet plans may offer little guidance regarding calorie intake, serving sizes, or how many meals or snacks to eat per day. So like across the board, it's all over the place, really. Like there is no actual like one carnivore diet. It's just basically like eat all this stuff and don't eat all this stuff. Go. Like, live short and do not prosper. Die of a heart attack. Like that's really all it is. Like there's no consistency from one person to another. It's all over the place. So it says here that carnivore diet plans may offer little guidance regarding calorie intake, serving sizes, or how many meals or snacks to eat per day. Most proponents of the diet suggest eating as often as you desire. So it was kind of weird to hear them talking about like fasting and not eating that often. I'm used to people being like, eat meat 17 times a day, According to some proponents of the diet, salt, pepper, and seasonings with no carbs are also allowed. Just no carbs, remember. In addition, some people choose to eat yogurt, milk, and soft cheese, but these foods are typically not included due to their carb contents. And, they're not real meat. So does the carnivore diet work for weight loss? Like, how is John White on it and allegedly losing 200 pounds? Why does Marty think he's losing weight? Why is Chris claiming this is going to help him lose weight? Pepper is a plant, though, and that's why only some of them allow it. I know. It's iffy. It's just like the soft cheeses. That's too soft for these alphas. That cheese too beta. You know? So it's like only some of them will be okay with that, but for the most part, they say no. They're in a cult. Contradictions are part of their design. That's right. So, like, why is it that some people are claiming these results right now that you're hearing in On Passive? Like, what is going on? What kind of magic is this, you know? Some studies have shown that high protein and low carb diets can promote weight loss. Both protein and fat make you feel more full after meals, which can help reduce calorie intake. Protein can also increase your metabolism, which can help you burn more calories. The carnivore diet also restricts sugar intake, which can help in weight loss. However, the highly restrictive nature of the carnivore diet makes it harder to follow long term, and that means that people can regain that weight in the future, and it's not considered healthy as a long-term diet. It's the type of thing that a bodybuilder will kind of do for several weeks in order to kind of like bulk up, if you will, so that they can get a lot of muscle and then they go back to eating healthy again, you know? Like, that's about the only time that this diet makes sense. Pretty much in any other situation, it is not good. And even then, it's iffy, right? It's just, that's the only time that I could think that maybe it might work and be beneficial for someone. But I doubt Marty and Chris are about to do any MMA fighting or bodybuilding anytime soon. So meat is nutritious and it provides many micronutrients. Due to the removal of highly processed carbohydrates in the carnivore diet, you might see some early benefits, such as improved blood pressure, reduced belly fat, and improved cardiovascular health. Just at the beginning. Whether these benefits are lasting, however, is less clear. Due to its highly restrictive nature and the complete elimination of the majority of food groups, there are many downsides to the carnivore diet. The carnivore diet is difficult to follow long term and does not offer much variety. There is no reliable research that states the carnivore diet is healthy for you, not one thing out there. No research has analyzed the health effects. Sorry. Excuse me. The health effects of eating animal foods exclusively. Therefore, the effects of consuming such high levels of fat and cholesterol are unknown. There's been no studies on this that say that it's good, nor has there been studies on this that claim that it can like reverse diabetes or any ailments. So, you know, no scientific data to back up these claims. No controlled studies support claims that the carnivore diet can help eliminate health issues. It lacks beneficial nutrients, including fiber and plant compounds like antioxidants, which your body also needs. So it may be unsafe for some people. Given that the carnivore diet consists solely of animal foods, it can be high in saturated fat and cholesterol. Saturated fat may raise your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, which may increase your risk of heart disease. Some processed meats, especially bacon, especially bacon and breakfast meats also contain high amounts of sodium. Excessive sodium intake has been linked to an increased risk of high blood pressure, kidney disease, and other negative health outcomes. Red and processed meat intake, Marty, has also been linked to higher rates of certain types of cancer, including colon and rectal cancer. So it's not necessarily a great thing to only be eating bacon and red meats. Nitrates too, yep. The carnivore diet eliminates highly nutritious foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, all of which contain beneficial vitamins and minerals, all that your body needs. Following a restrictive diet like the carnivore diet may lead to deficiencies in some nutrients and the overconsumption of others. And believe it or not, like if you overconsume certain things, it can actually be bad for you. Even if you overconsume some nutrients, some vitamins and minerals, you overconsume them, can still be bad for you, even though it's a nutrient. Diets that are rich in plant-based foods have been associated with a lower risk of certain long-term conditions like heart disease, certain cancers, Alzheimer's, and type 2 diabetes. So you basically, if you have type 2 diabetes, it would probably be good to eat a more plant-based diet. That is what the scientific medical research suggests. So because of that, it's probably not good to tell people to cut out all plant-based foods from their diet. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not a doctor, not a dietitian, not a health expert. This is just what the research says. And based on what this says, we can kind of all get together, put our noggins together and go, yeah, we probably need plant-based foods in our diet. That's good for us. You know, cutting them out, not good. This is only due to the high vitamin, fiber, and mineral contents of plant foods. This is not only due to the high vitamin, fiber, and mineral contents of plant foods, but also their beneficial plant compounds and antioxidants. And you need antioxidants. And that's what helps you from getting sick. So just, make sure that you get a lot of that. The carnivore diet eliminates highly nutritious foods like these. All right. Oh. Is this the same page over again? Sorry, I'm having a meltdown here. I think it is. I'm sorry. I don't know how that got on there twice. Does the carnivore diet work? The carnivore diet contains no fiber, none at all. So you're not eating any fibers. That you're cutting that right out too, which may lead to constipation as a side effect. So you're wondering why Marty thinks it's weird that his wife eating vegetables is keeping her regular on the toilet. It's because he's not regular on the toilet. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, he's not regular on the toilet, so he's probably constipated like crazy without any fiber. Also, fiber is incredibly important for the proper balance of bacteria in your gut. So it can actually fuck up your gut health, not getting any fiber. Also not going number 2. Also probably not good for your gut health. Just saying. Those who have anxiety about food or a history of disordered eating, trigger warning, should not try this diet or any diet. Just something to keep in mind, right? Eating a balanced diet with a variety of healthy foods is more sustainable and will likely afford you more health benefits. Once again, there's no evidence that states that eating the carnivore diet is good for your health. None whatsoever. Zip, zilch. Human beings are naturally omnivores, which my chat continuously pointed out during this, right? Without a healthy, balanced diet, we can experience several health issues, including malnutrition or other deficiencies. And as you can see here, it says, humans are naturally omnivores and are adapted to an omnivorous diet. Omnivores are defined as generalized feeders with neither carnivore nor herbivore specializations for acquiring or processing food, and who are capable of consuming and do consume both animal protein and vegetation, like vegetables, fruits, and stuff, you know? However, some sources argue that humans are anatomically frugivores. Humans turn to cooking and food processing and suboptimal foods to survive in habitats and did not provide their natural food sources, for transparency's sake. Nobody, however, suggests that humans are carnivores unless they are doing the carnivore diet. Okay? We are not cats, as nice as that would be. Oftentimes, when these diets are promoted, those promoting them do not ensure people are warned against the negative effects the diet could have on them. For example, trigger warning. Someone with a past eating disorder may not be aware, okay, like the person with the disorder may not be aware that they need to disclose this information to people like Marty and Chris. And those promoting this diet do not tend to warn the public that this diet can trigger their ED. It's just something that a medical doctor would know about you and be aware of and take into consideration when talking to you about diet changes and etc. that people on the internet promoting this diet will not do. Other health warnings are not given, and therefore promoting such a diet, especially without the proper education and knowledge to do so, can be dangerous and result in serious health issues or worse. You could kill somebody with this. Many doctors and dietitians have actually warned against the carnivore diet. Besides the various nutritional issues with it, there has been a link between the carnivore diet and UTIs, urinary tract infection, in both men and women. And this is another thing that you never hear those that are a part of the carnivore diet ever bring up. They never warn you against UTIs. So I'm sure there's several people on the carnivore diet all suffering from UTIs and they don't even know. Here is the link between the carnivore diet and UTIs, because I'm not a medical doctor and I did not do this study myself. I thought it was important to show you this study so that you're not like, oh, Queen's over here making up that the carnivore diet gives people UTIs. You know, I have people that are on my ass too, Marty and Chris, that are constantly looking for ways to say I'm doing something wrong. So, researchers at Washington University in St. Louis have published some excellent research showing that E. coli, a pathogenic strain of bacteria responsible for most urinary tract infections, grow best in acidic urine. Without an acidic environment, E. coli can't get the iron it needs to survive and thrive. How does this impact on the carnivore dieters? The flood of meat eaten on the carnivore diet will rapidly create an acidic environment in the body and urine. In women, this will create the perfect conditions for E. coli to thrive. In men, the acidity of urine plays a role in prostate health and the likelihood of developing prostatitis. Prostatitis? Something that you men have to worry about. The Central European Journal of Urology published a study which showed that most cases of prostatitis in young men were actually fungal infections brought to the urogenital region by, you guessed it, E. coli. One of the protocols the researchers used was potassium citrate because it alkalizes the urine. That's right, drank cranberry juice. The carnivore diet has the potential to create an acidic environment perfect for urinary tract infections and prostate inflammation in women and men, respectively. So, you didn't talk about that at all, Marty, when you were going on about inflammation. Did you mention the prostate inflammation that this could cause? No, of course you didn't. Many leading physicians now seem to believe that gout is a condition marked by an excess of sugar, alcohol, and most recently, meat in the diet. I noticed you brought up gout, Marty. So I just thought that you should see this for yourself, you know? Beef, shellfish, and poultry are all high in purine, a crystal-like compound in food that creates uric acid when it's broken down in the body. A diet very high in purine, meat, can lead to gout and kidney stones as levels of uric acid accumulate to unhealthy levels. Further, elevated uric acid is also one of the primary causes of joint pain. The condition, known as gouty arthritis, is marked by the formation of crystal compounds in joints, commonly causing pain in the big toes, feet, and elbows. So if you thought that eating a lot of meat was going to fix your gout, it might. Again, you might get those short-term effects of thinking that it's better, almost like taking a placebo, and then all of a sudden you end up with gouty arthritis. And it's because you're only eating meat, you know? Once again, I must stress that anything in excess can be dangerous. I also must stress that before you change your diet, you should speak with a medical professional. You should not be watching anyone on YouTube, even my dumbass. Okay, if I ever come out here and I say I have a great diet idea, everyone eat almonds for every single meal, you say, Queen, there's no study that says that's good for you. Fuck off, you weirdo. Okay? Don't take my advice. Don't take anyone's advice. Nobody's advice on YouTube, just sitting here yapping. You should take the advice of. Talk to your doctor. All right? A medical professional. I'm not one. Marty and Chris are not. And in fact, no medical professional who is qualified is promoting the carnivore diet. There are 0 medical professionals that still have their licenses that are promoting this diet. Not one. It has been created and promoted by those whom are bad actors. It wasn't mentioned in anything to do with health and wellness until the year 2020, and seems to be the latest diet fad that people are promoting. I'll stress it again. Do not start this diet without discussing it with your medical professional. And do not trust those who tell you otherwise. And never trust someone that tells you not to listen to a professional, a medical professional, especially when it comes to your health. And that is the truth about the carnivore diet. I hope that combats some of the misinformation that Marty and Chris were giving here. I know I'm not a doctor either, and I am not even a health and wellness expert or a dietitian or nutritionalist or whatever, but I basically did the research into what all those people were saying about this diet and have provided it here because I could not sleep tonight and have a good sleep at night, knowing that I reacted to this and didn't at least try to combat some of their misinformation in some way. Because there was a lot in that, a lot, including them telling people not to trust their own doctors, which is never good advice. Like, don't do that. So that is the start of Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson and their new show. Because allegedly this is going to be a thing, just like there's shit in the light. And can't wait. Can't wait to see all of the illegal medical claims that are going to be happening. Just know that you don't have to be a part of an MLM. You can be an individual, and I can still report you to the Federal Trade Commission, the Food and Drug Administration, and etc. I'm just letting you know, Marty and Chris. Don't think that because you're sitting over there not giving us any company names and you're pretending to do this out of the goodness of your heart, that I cannot still report you for making illegal medical claims in regards to this diet and that you will not get in trouble. It's just this time, it will directly be you two as individuals getting in trouble instead of Ash getting in trouble. Capiche? So let's not do that. Maybe we should just pack it up, boys. Just pack it up. Get the fuck out of the lion's den and run on home. All right, the big bad wolf came. He blew your house down. Don't do this anymore, please. It's cringe. It's pretty cringe. It was pretty cringe, especially with the lions, right? We got to do the lions again. It was pretty cringe. We just, once for good measure, you know, before we all say goodbye here. Jelly says, I'm sad because it's good that they're talking about something other than on passive, but this isn't the right direction. I know. It was like, they were so close, yet so far. It's like, yeah, like they didn't do on passive, which we would normally be very, very happy with. But it's then they went like and did something worse, I feel like. Out here telling people, you know, telling people not to listen to their doctor. Isn't it great? Oh, that might never get old. I hope they put that on more. Anyways, guys, I got to take off. So that's all I got for you guys today. Be sure to check out the video that I posted up on my channel before I went live here. I love all of you. Thank you so much for going through this with me. I know it was a headache. Don't worry. I'm going to be paying attention to their show in future, and I will be making note of any illegal medical claims that they make or any times that they give people bad medical advice, like telling people not to listen to their doctor. That is not okay, and it will be reported as necessary. Just letting you all know. I love all of you. Have a fabulous rest of your day. I'll see you all very, very soon. Please do remember that on Friday we are having a wonderful Halloween party, so you don't want to miss it. In place of our Friday night, we're going to be doing a wonderful Halloween-themed stream, so don't miss it. I might not see you until then. We'll see how it goes. But I love all of you. Have a fabulous week. Mwah! And remember, do listen to your doctor and always speak to a medical professional before you change your diets drastically. And if you have diabetes, please take your insulin. Chris, you fucking moron!
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
And I'm your friend. And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
tell me what you can do, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? Right there.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy and talking about their experiences. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Stop going there.
See you Friday.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara.
Stop going there.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.